Hi, peeps. Carousel here. Oh, my lighting is dreadful tonight. Not sure what I can do about that right now. And tonight we are playing DDEX1-12 Raiders of the Twilight Marsh. So, okay. Are we ready for story time?
Let's see.
Sure.
Yay.
My notes here. Here we go. Ever since the lizard folk of the Twilight Marsh raided farms for prisoners and waylaid travelers in the area, folk have been on edge. Although a band of adventurers thwarted the Black Dragon Throstelgrail, more commonly known as Velvet, and you can see why it's difficult to say, and rescued those it had taken prisoner, things seem to have gotten worse in the area. The young Black Dragon has been destroying caravans, farms, and ships on the Moonsea ever since in retribution for the adventurers' meddling. The Merchants Guild has made some odd alliances recently in their efforts to rebuild trade and commerce in Flan. Since the times that fell to the Green Dragon Vorgenshirax. Those who were adversaries not long ago are now, well, not friends, but let's say allies of convenience, against common foes in the dragons and their minions. Speaking of the dragons, last night, a winged black shape was seen flying over the town of Flan through the fog, towards Valjevo Keep. This morning, rumors have spread about a black dragon landing near the keep the night before. Is this threat or opportunity? The place to hear the buzz is breakfasting at Flan's Fest Hall, the Velvet Doublet. And that is where we shall start today. Let's go ahead, rather than having people walking, because I don't have a nifty little map for the Velvet Doublet. So let's take a look at character introductions here just before we get started. We'll do left to right on the tokens on the screen. And Spartan, how do I make the oh, here, Z with the object selected? So let's start with Amila.
All right. Well, Amila is basically looks like what she looks on the token: black hair, brown skin, holding two short swords. There's one of them seems to have a anvil symbol on it, and she's also decked out in a armor with a golden dragon theme into it. She will probably be near Lyra, as they are old friends.
Okay, Azrael.
So, Azrael is an Aasimar Solok who has just very recently earned his wings, and as such, he's looking for an opportunity to stretch said wings in a manner most befitting of his noble bloodline.
Okay, how about Miyuki?
Miyuki is a female elf, mostly wizard, a little bit of rogue.
Oops, I missed that when I
She doesn't
chose
really
the
speak
token
much,
for
but
him.
she's here to best help the party that she can. That's mostly it.
Lyra.
Lyra is a young red-headed girl, probably no more than 18 or so, with a green cloak and dark leather armor. She's got two blades at her side that she always uses, and of course, Amila is an old friend. We were moving around this place even before the dragons showed up.
Okay, Karos.
Karos is a tall figure. You're not really sure what race he is because he wears a very wide-brimmed hat that has a mask fitted to it that just has him looking out of sort of one eye. And the robes that he wears are quite heavy and have a very high, thick collar. He comes striding in with a a large staff at his side. Begins looking around the bar before striding over to the counter and ordering himself a drink.
And last but not least, Bulk.
Valk is a teenage half-elf ranger. You can tell by the studded leather armor. Just the air that he carries about himself is ranger-like. What we may call rangerific. You see him sitting at the bar, keeping an eye on everybody, having a beer or two.
Just so I'm understanding this correctly, the town is still under the control of the Green Dragon, right? We haven't
Yeah.
gotten to-
Yeah, it hasn't.
Okay, I was like, the way you explained it, it sounded like, wait, if we're meeting in a town, is it like functional again? I was like, I thought this place was like under siege or something.
Well, let me move you to the City of Flan map.
It's been so long, I've missed you, Flan.
So
It's a bit broken down from the last time you were here, I'm sure.
yeah, I didn't show piles of rubble here, but we've got the dragons at the keep, and so the Velvet Doublet Fest Hall is over here with the kitty cat icon. Neo, I discovered I don't have Pumpkin anymore in this lobby, so I just used a kitty cat. It's been that long since Edith has played in my lobby. Anyway, so you're over here at the Velvet Doublet. And even in these trying times that Flan is going through, it is still a fine place, full of soft chairs, where the only thing darker and richer than the wood that the tables are made of is the wine being served. So you are here at breakfast, and I'm not quite sure why you're having wine at breakfast, but maybe that's just the house.
Day drinking.
Maybe you missed the two dragons that are running around.
Well, they're just
What
across the
I
river
don't
there, over at the keep.
Yeah, it's still dragons. It's good enough to make anybody
You
drink.
figure people around here probably this might be their last day, so why not live it up?
Well, that's true. That's possibly true. And as you're
Blood
chatting
and
about
wine
this,
runs in floods.
your meal is interrupted as the door bursts open, and a dwarf in nice, albeit dusty, clothes enters the room. And he comes over to the common table that you are at, grabs a nearby chair, and pulls up to join you. He does a double take looking at Volk as he does it. And outside as he does this, you can hear 9 bells tolling, their tones muted by the dense fog that seems to perpetually hang over Flan these days. You're adventurers, aren't you?
Yes.
It kind of depends who's asking.
Well, I have need of adventurers, as we so often do, being part of the Merchants Guild. Say, don't I know you? And he kind of points at Volk. You rescued me off of a prison raft that the lizard folk had off in the Twilight Marsh.
Yes, that was an adventure of another time. How are you doing, my old friend?
Well, I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing better than the last time you saw me. We're getting back up and going with all the trade and so forth here. However, this is still kind of a wild area, and it is still difficult to keep our goods safe along, either by ships or the Flan path. And we've had a particular theft recently that I need somebody to see if they can take care of, especially since there's an opportunity right now. And I was wondering if you guys would be available to take care of this for me.
Well, as you know, we can't just, in these troubling times, we can't just go willy-nilly and accepting, even from an old friend such as yourself. We're gonna need a little bit more information. What item are we looking for, and what is this particular opportunity that has presented itself?
Yes. Well, yeah, I suppose I do sort of owe you that in advance. You can't blame a guy for trying. But, so we have a lockbox. It is stamped with the seal of the Merchant's Guild on it, and it is carefully sealed, both magically and non-magically. That was taken from, it was part of on a caravan coming along the Flan Path. It was taken, and we have reason to believe that it is currently in the new lair of Throstle Grail. You know, that black dragon that is also called Velvet.
So you want us to infiltrate a dragon's lair to steal back some goods?
Sounds about
Yes.
another day in the life of people around here these days. Do you know the color?
Black.
It's a good thing I got this armor a while back.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
she knocks out her dragon guard.
I mean, this is a particular dragon, Throstle Grail, who has taken up his new lair in the Twilight Marsh, back out not that far, and he points over to Falk, not that far from, you know, where we were having all the problems with the lizard folk. And guess who flew into town last night?
I couldn't tell. It was dark, and with all the fog.
You may have heard the rumors about a black dragon flying in and over to the keep. Well, word is he's going to be here a couple of days, which is a perfect opportunity to send someone out to go fetch that lockbox. So what do you think?
Delve into the depths of what is almost certainly some kind of layer of a beast has almost certainly got traps set in it. Just for money. Sounds about our speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we
Sounds
will be willing to
like-
compensate you, of course, in gold.
Well, my friend, it seems like we are again at a time where if the marsh doesn't kill us, the beasts might. But, I'm more than willing to help out.
Anything to stick it to one of those scaly curs.
Excellent,
Well,
excellent. I was really
if I
hoping.
was going to go.
Well, I mean, think about it this way. If we take the gold from this dragon, he'll be right chuffed at us, and maybe we'll be able to take him out of the picture at the same time.
Maybe. Who
Which
knows?
would be nice, but if you're quick, you can do it without meeting up with the dragon at all.
So what you're saying is we should be slow. She cracks her knuckles.
Well, for my chances of getting the lockbox back, I kind of hope you're quick.
I'll keep my fingers crossed then.
You know,
Yeah,
you could get the
those,
lockbox out
dragon.
of the way and then go back after the dragon if you like. And the dragon's been there for a month or more. I mean, you could have gone any time if you wanted to get the dragon.
This is the first I'm hearing about it, but I guess I'll just see if I don't get lucky.
So what we've done is we've negotiated with a lizard folk tribe. Well, they say I guess he calls himself a king, Bogclaw. We've made arrangements with him to point a party of adventurers to where the lair is, the ruins that it's at. I have some horses that can get a party, hopefully you guys, to the crossing inn, east along the Flan Path where the river goes down, and we've got a couple of the the swamp boat things there that you can take down to meet up with Bogclaw, and then he can point you on. So should take, well, let's see, 4 hours to get to Crossing Inn, 4 hours to get to there, and then I guess it's maybe a couple of hours from there to the lair. So, if you can manage to get out before, well, you probably have about maybe 20 hours or so, to be on the safe side if he's still here at the keep. Does it sound doable?
I mean, getting in and getting out shouldn't be too hard. You got two of these that can get in there without making a sound. The rest
Yep.
of you, I don't know. I think a couple of us look like more of the stealthy types, so should be fine. And of course, you know me.
As long as your information is good, it should be no problem.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you've probably been hearing, well, yeah, I guess the information about how long he's likely to be here. The faster you are, the more likely to get it. So, excellent, splendid. This will be a deal then. You'll take this on for us, and hopefully I shall see you maybe late tomorrow. I'll meet you back here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sure.
Splendid. And he gets up and sort of bustles out. But he does say, okay, the horses are right out here in the stables next door. Are you going
Okay.
to take him up on the use of the horses?
Sure. No,
Sure.
for a
Head
free
to
ride.
the edge of the swamp. As Val, while we're doing that, Val's gonna fill in the rest of the party on the wonderful adventures through the marsh.
Okay.
As they're walking towards the stables, Lyra would like to pull Milla aside for a second. I didn't tell you this, but I went on a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump to a different area around to I think a ways from here. And while we were there was some kind of red conflict with a bunch of people, a lot of fire. So the point is that I got these as a consolation prize. And she pulls out of a small little bag a set of fine red scales. So I've already got a red
Nice.
one under my belt. I wouldn't mind taking a black and then a green.
They're going to take
What
on
do
both
these scales
dragons.
do?
These are just scales from an adult red dragon.
Well, I'm not sure that's going to be much use to me.
The point is, Amela, that if we were to take down one of these beasts again, I could add to this. Then I would need as a
Yeah.
blue and a white afterwards.
It's
Uh,
it's always nice to add to your collection.
Anyway, what are you doing here? I thought we were alone.
Followed you into the room.
We got pretty damn high perception.
I
Ah.
also have a pretty high passive perception. A passive perception of 24.
Mine was an 18. Yeah, Lyra shows Amila some red dragon scales that she did not have the last time that they assailed the Xanathar ship. So she's definitely raring to go against another one of these beasts.
Well, just as you, I've been a few adventures myself. And as I mentioned before, this armor here is good for going against dragons.
Adventures, like, it's
Especially
not just the
for
players that meet up
helping
again at
avoid
other times, it's
their
the characters that
breath
also meet up,
attacks.
and that's kind of a fun thing about
All right.
organized play.
So if it comes down to it, we're gonna double team him. She motions towards her two blades.
Well, of course, I wouldn't have any other way.
So
All right.
I've moved the
Yes.
party to the map that includes the Twilight Marsh. And so you're starting over here in Flan, and travel over here to the Crossing Inn, and then by there boat down into the actual marsh. Assuming you're going by the route that the I never mentioned his name, did I? That Rolk, the dwarven merchant, sent you on.
Mm-hmm.
As you are stepping into the stables, you hear the town clock chiming 10 bells.
So
So
it's 10
10
o'clock right
o'clock.
now, and we have 20 hours.
Well, that's a time limit if we don't want to fight the dragon.
Right.
Uh,
Why didn't I predict that when I was prepping this module?
anyway, shall we get going?
Yeah.
Yes.
Going.
Let's get going.
Okay, what kind of a pace are you going to travel on the road? Are you going to try and speed it up to get there earlier? Are you going to mosey and delay to get there later than expected? Are you going to take just a normal pace?
I think we can stand at just a normal pace. That way we can keep our eye out, and don't think we're under that strict of a time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Amelia will be in front, being watch out for any particular threats that tries to stop us.
I'm gonna be a lazy bum and sleep.
So you're going to just be on someone's horse and sleeping.
Or tie himself on the saddle.
Very lazy. I'm very lazy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about 4 hours later, if you manage to keep Azrael's horse going, you arrive at the crossing inn as it goes over the Trank River, and you do see sort of down below around the inn, the proprietor, Ramsel Kal, has let's see, 6 of you, you can fit in one boat, has one of the marsh boats ready and tied up there for you to head down. And he sort of checks, makes sure you're all set. You know, do you need anything else here before you go down?
I think we're
Let
good.
me check my supply. Got any potions on ya?
Well, this is an inn. We might have a few. Any particular you were looking for?
Just a regular potion of healing if you don't.
I think we could probably set you up with a couple. Let's see. That would be. I have no idea where that is. What are they? 50 gold each?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Standard price.
Yeah.
And since this is tier 2, our renowned reward is get any item from the prayer handbook that is 100 gold at most.
Okay, so yeah, he'll set you up with a couple of healing potions as you're getting down
Yep.
into there. And you guys know, you okay getting to the Ring Current Island? You know where that is?
Lo doesn't know, but I'm assuming someone in the group will direct her.
Valk's going to just quickly relay the direction just to make sure I have it correct.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right when you get down there. And when you see a bunch of lizard folk, you'll know you're there. Though I believe they're expecting you, so it shouldn't be... I've heard there's some sort of truce in process, so it shouldn't be too bad when you get there. Okay, well, good
All right.
voyage to you.
Again, keeping watch out for the party while on the boat.
Yeah, you see Valk paying particular attention to the water. all
So
around
if
the
if this happens to be dark, I got this to use.
It is
Googles.
not dark yet. It is early afternoon. You've spent
Alright,
about 4
good.
hours so far. Now, does anyone know how to steer a boat?
Does anyone have the sailor background? In other
No.
words,
Nope.
Well, you take a paddle on either side and you like just make this, and she makes like the rowing motion. Did you just do that right?
Well,
I'm
and
guessing we're doing ability checks.
these are pole boats, so you're kind of pushing it along because the marsh
Oh.
is, yes, there's some river here, but you're going down into the marsh where it's not very deep.
So it's
as
like,
is
like a punt.
Yeah.
mechanic question.
Okay.
As Valk has been on this particular marsh on these particular boats before, any checks coming through would be advantaged.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll it. It's just going to delay the time a little bit as you spend some time trying to get a feel for the boats.
Okay.
Yep. So no one's proficient, so that's more time ticking off. Not that it really matters considering what we go.
Oh no, we might not get there in time to avoid the dragon.
Oh no.
Relax, we'll be fine.
So as you float down the river and head into the Twilight Marsh, it's open to the sky, but often obscured by very heavy foliage, and mists drift across the river. There is terrain. You can see things poking up out of the water periodically, and it's kind of a murky color. You occasionally hear birds off to the side, or see a ripple in the water as something goes by. With everything always so constantly wet, you can smell just natural decay heavy in the air. And it feels somewhat oppressive, especially as the biting insects start in and swatting them around and away from you as you try and get away from the droning buzz. And aside from some squabbles as you're trying to master your boats and trying to get them, to go the direction you want to, you do finally come down to an area that Valk sort of recognizes. It's an island, sort of a three-pointed island where the waters kind of go around it. And as you pull up to kind of one of the beach areas where you can sort of land, you see, well, actually, you see devastation.
Ruh-roh.
Is it the same devastation or is it new devastation? Valk's asking.
It is new devastation, because the devastation you were part of was probably a couple of months ago. And here, as you get out of your boat and come up onto the beach, the huts weren't in good shape after the combat from before, but now they're all destroyed by acid. They're dead lizard folk, ravaged by acid, claws and teeth scattered all about, and it's pretty clear that they've been dead only a handful of days.
Valk's
Look.
immediately gonna pull his bow and get into protection mode.
Look.
Stealthed out, watching around.
Since Lyra was there when the green dragon attacked Flan, does this kind of look like a similar sort of wreaked havoc that an adult dragon could cause?
It does look like the havoc wreaked by a dragon, yes.
Alright. Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna throw up my mage armor.
I'm definitely going to be getting some black scales.
Well, looks like that dragon also passed through here.
So as you come up, well, this is a few days old, it looks like. And as you come up on, kind of up onto the hill and towards the village, you see a couple of lizard folk there, tending to the dead. And as you come up, one turns to look at you and says, in sort of a broken common, "Never thought I welcome wormlings to our island, but here you are. Do not fear our claws." And this looks like the one who was described to you as Bogclaw.
At times of conflict, they make for strange bedfellows.
I'm not
You
sure what that
you see
means.
Valk still hiding, unsure whether or not to reveal himself based upon the actions of a couple of months ago.
Amela is just looking at Bob with her 24 passive perception and shaking her head.
Yeah, while you guys are talking, I'm gonna be on lookout duty.
Anyway.
I can recognize the signs, but is this or is this done by that the black one?
Yes. After our failures, we have continually been the word. And he mutters something. Does anyone speak Draconic?
No.
Karos does.
No,
No.
I just
Valk
got
does.
to.
So Karos and
Good thing you're 30 feet away in a bush.
No, this is true.
I don't think Karos is 30 feet away. At least he didn't mention he was.
No, Valk
Yeah.
speaks tonic, but Valk is in stealth at the moment.
And Valk is not doing a good job of being self.
Nope.
So the word, Karos, the word you pick up is oppression, repeated oppression. As our tribe is not in favor and has not gotten back in favor. And so this is what he does.
Hmm.
You
Sounds
lot.
like a right.
Lyra's going to turn to the rest of them. I'm all for
I
helping
killed her.
these merchants and getting their gold back. That's just standard fare. But how about this? Let's get in. Let's get that whatever lockbox it is out, and then let's set a trap. Let's wait for him, lure him back to his den, and then raise him.
Karos will
Okay.
speak up and say, the worst place you can fight a dragon is in his lair.
Like, not in the lair,
I
just
concur.
like when he's about to get to where he thinks he's safe.
I'm glad that two minds think alike. I was about to say just the same thing.
Let's cross that bridge once we get there, shall we?
That's a fair point. All right, Miss Lizard Folk, could you point us towards where his den is?
Yes, the lair is in a ruin of what's the word? He sort of mutters, and Karos translates to Black Bull. There's sort of a ruin. It's to the east, a couple of hours if you go by boat, and to a landing, and then a path, and then by boat. It's almost directly east, as he points.
So we're going to have to switch boats?
Or carry the boats, or go around.
I think there's enough of us for that.
Amilla, you notice that the other lizard folk, the shaman, is going around and putting, it's all the dead, and putting something in their mouths and saying something over these. But he's taken to sort of kind of looking off to the side, and then he'll continue, but then he kind of looks again with his head cocked.
Like he's listening in or something?
No, not the direction towards you. No.
Oh.
And actually, yeah, Lyra's got high enough. She would probably notice this too. This behavior too, looking at something kind of off, a little bit off. But he gets kind of puzzled, and then he goes back to what he's doing. And then he keeps stopping to look.
Can either of us like get a bead of what he's looking at?
You can look over that direction and give me perception.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Remember, I have a pet. Well, I guess I don't need to.
Ah, yes. There is definitely something moving over there. And I am moving the players over to the encounters map.
All right, Lyra is gonna tense her bow and almost subconsciously draw an arrow prepared to shoot if something pops out and attacks.
Yeah. Mel has her short swords out.
I'm just gonna fly.
So you're seeing some of the vegetation down over here sort of moving and kind of creeping its way up.
Standard protocol, shoot an Eldritch Blast at it. Does it work?
Let's roll initiative.
Alrighty.
Well, the point of this is to test whether or not it's a creature, because Eldritch Blast can only be fired at creatures.
What's your perception? You might not have noticed it yet.
Oh, wait.
Azrael's passive is
I probably-
13.
I've got 14 passive, actually.
Do you?
Wait, did I write it? Yeah, 14 passive.
Okay, I might have had a typo when I was putting it into my notes.
I think it's because the sheet, because of the multi-classing, the sheet puts me at tier 1 proficiency when it loads, and I have to fix it.
Ah, makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
And just a reminder, GM has to add me to the turn tracker.
Yes, thank you.
I didn't roll as badly as I thought.
And what did you roll there?
22.
Ah, yes, I see it. And Miyuki, that has you going first. There's a pile of the shrubbery that appears to be, it's kind of a ways off from you, about, yeah, at this point it's probably about 50 feet away from you and sort of moving closer. It looks like a whole bunch of just, well, the bushes seem to be moving and there's some flittering lights about.
Well, I will just start off by... don't have enough movement to get there. Actually, no, duh. So I will... You know what? Yeah, I'll just firebolt it. Let's just start off with that.
Okay, roll your attack.
20 plus 6 at the moment.
And it sort of singes along the side, but goes past without hitting.
Ooh,
Okay.
this one's a toughie.
Anything else?
No, I think I'll end my turn.
Amilla.
Alright, I'm going to move up and bonus action dash to get all the way up there. And then I will hold my action for when someone is within 5 feet of the creature to attack it.
Okay. Azrael.
What is your ruling on familiars? Do they have to roll their own initiative, or do they go on my turn?
It depends on which you find easier to remember. If you prefer to have them on yours, that's fine. Otherwise, I always forget, so I always get their initiative separately. But that's just me.
Yes, I'm just gonna have them move on my turn.
That's fine.
So he's just going to dash, and he's gonna dash over to here.
Alright,
You need to see the creature because my familiar is invisible.
there.
Yeah, I don't think the thing would be distracted by him if he doesn't even know he's there.
No. The familiar is using the dash action, so he's not helping. But in terms of your readied action, would you be able to?
No,
take-
it would not. It would not
But-
trigger the ready to action. No.
Yeah, I would have to know someone was coming.
Okay, that's fine. I am gonna fly another 10 feet in the air. And I am going to bonus action hex the big guy and then shoot to Eldritch Blast it. That's it. End turn.
Okay, and one of the little lights. Oops, I forgot to check distance. 50 feet, perfect. One of the little lights flies over to Bugclaw, and he sort of jerks with kind of a shock. One of the little lights is
Bad
just
wisp.
floating around over here. Lyra.
All right. Seeing that Amilo rushed in, Lyra was going to start with some range, but this is going to be apparently a close fight. She is going to sprint down using her bonus action to dash as she pivots, spinning on her heels, coming behind it as she is going to unload on it. So if you want to go with your attack first.
Alright.
That's a hit.
Nice.
And a crit, because champion.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm gonna
Alright.
get... have to do the sneak attack damage. Forgot about that.
Go ahead and add the sneak attack in.
All right.
9 and 12
Should be
miss.
12
So 21
in
total.
total. Yeah.
All right.
And
Okay, and it slashes into the bushes and rattles a bunch of the leaves and seems to actually make a dent in it.
All right. Lara is going to cut into it using her wedge-shaped, large wedge-shaped blade and cut it through the back.
That's a hit.
20.
That's a hit.
All right. She is going to make this a menacing attack. So it needs to make a DC 15 Wisdom save or be frightened of her until the end of her next turn, as she does
It's
damage on
not
this
immune to
strike
fright.
for
How odd.
26 magical.
Okay, and you said wisdom.
Yep. Spending a SP or die. All right, it makes that save. She is then going to use her extra attack and stab it again.
Let's see. Let me add in the 26 damage. That is a hit.
24 to hit. All right, this one is also going to be this modifier. Yeah, this one's also going to be a menacing attack. There's no sneak, but 15 more magical piercing. All right, it is considered to be frightened of her until the end of my next turn. If it can be frightened.
Oddly enough, it can. I didn't know bushes could be frightened. Anybody remember which one the
It's-
frightened icon is?
If it's never seen the
Oh, the
red-green
person's
flash,
screaming.
Usually
it is
the
Lyra
the screening
the
one.
Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the person screaming. Okay. And frightened.
Disadvantage on attacks and
It can't
cannot
move closer to
consciously
you.
move closer.
Can't move closer to you
And
anyway.
right on top of it.
Anything else?
No, she's not going to use action surge on this.
Karos.
All right. Well, let's see. This glowing light that's attacking Bogclaw here.
Mhm.
Kairos is just gonna take one of those stones out of his pouch that he had, toss it up into the air, and then with his staff, he's just gonna kind of pull it down to the ground. So it's just gonna fall like a meteor, striking the wisp here.
Okay.
As soon as I find it. And it is magical.
Right.
The magic stone?
And that's it. I guess I'm going to move away a bit, actually. Yeah, that'll do.
Okay, that's weird. It doesn't have an armor class. You rolled a... Oh, but touch. Magic stone.
Magic Stone is basically like a
Yeah.
ranged version of Shillelagh.
Yeah. Okay, you have its attention. Anything else?
Nope.
Vault.
All right, Volk is going to bonus action
I
Hunter's
hate
Mark the
the
bush.
new interface on Roll20. It is marked.
All right, and then we start with longbow. Follow up with second attack longbow.
Second one definitely hits. I'm pretty sure the first one hits, but Roll20 isn't opening it for me. There we go. Yes, the first one is also a hit.
So
12 and 11 is
23, 20. 23 total. And that is Valk's turn.
Okay, and it is looking pretty messy. All right, now as it's looking pretty messy, it is going to slam into Amilla.
I figured.
Disadvantage, right?
Disadvantage,
Yep,
thank
it
you.
is very much in the way of being frightened of Lyra.
And the first one misses anyway.
Yeah, that one's do that.
Oops. Sorry, wrong thing. And that one
Nom.
probably misses. 9 also misses there, so it missed.
Amila, didn't we fight one of these things on that beholder ship?
I think it might have been different, but I think so.
Okay, Miyuki, it is about... it's about 50 feet from you, this bunch of the bushes still. Milla is right next to it on one side, and Lyra right next to it on the other side from you. You have clear line of sight to it.
It's also the wisps.
Oh, there's also the 2 little wisps. Yes, 2 little lights flying around.
Shocking the lizard folk.
One's shocking the lizard folk. It is about 20 feet from you. The other one's a little further off at about 40 feet from you. It has not attacked anything yet.
So I'll move towards the one that's 20 feet. The wisp that's 20 feet away from me.
Okay, which also has you next to Bogclaw.
You're moving Karos, not Mayuki.
Thank you. I think I measured Karos too. In any case, you are next to Bogclaw and the Wisp.
And then I will try to... Let's try to Blooming Blade it.
Okay, roll your attack. That's definitely a hit.
Okay, let's do that. Would he be considered an ally for sneak attack purposes?
Yes. And the wisp flits out of existence. Oops, wrong one.
And that'll be my turn. I'll be back.
Okay, Amila.
Yep. Well, Lyra there, we do use her dance and start.
That is a miss. With
Nice.
relief.
And then I attack it with my offhand, non-magical weapon.
Okay. That is also a miss.
Oof.
Yeah.
You're delicately trimming its leaves.
I'm going to action surge because I want to hurt this.
Stab
So once more.
That'll hit.
That's better. That's better.
Much better. That's a hit.
All right, set me up for the home run.
All right. 3 sneak and 9 magical piercing. And that is the end of my.
You don't have a second offhand with the action
No,
surge?
it's a bonus action.
Offhand is bonus action, and second action surge doesn't get that.
Azrael. I think it does.
So
actually.
I'm going to have my imp help action on the tree. And then the imp is going to fly away. And unless the tree can see him, he can't up attack because he's invisible. Then I'm going to shoot the tree twice with my Eldritch Blast. First one has the advantage. So 1, 2. And that's it.
Those both hit. 6, 12, 14. And this plant is looking pretty shredded.
Yes, come on.
All right. And this will-o'-the-wisp flies up to Azrael, and it attacks.
Wait, how fast is it flying?
A, it's only like 20 feet away from you. B, it can fly faster than that.
But it's a 12 hit.
But does a 12 hit?
No.
All right.
No.
Lyra, what havoc are you going to wreak?
Lyra is going to call over to Amilla. Watch this. I learned this from a blue dragonborn, or a blue kobold, and she is going to draw her second blade and is going to unleash hell on this thing. As she is going to, as I'm sure this thing is going to die,
Calling
she
out
is
these
going
fuzzy
to
fumbles.
unleash her full round of attacks, including an action surge, both with first two with superiority die. So 1, 2. And then silvered short sword, and then action surge 1, 2.
I don't see
And
anything.
none of them have showed up in roll 20.
Your
Roll
connection to the
20.
server has been interrupted.
Oh, yeah.
And
Roll
roll
20 don't
20,
like
show
it.
your rolls.
I saw that on my screen. Should be alright.
Now mine's
No.
been interrupted. Roll 20's having problems. Tell me your rolls.
Oh
It was
god,
like
everyone locked out.
like 4 out of the 5 hit, I think, because the last one was a 13.
Okay.
There we go. There's the interrupted because
Oh wait,
interrupt.
you see it as well. That's why.
And
Everyone's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, let's break
lost
back
it.
the game.
okay, and
I'm
how
sure
much
that'll show up in a
damage?
second. I'm still loading in.
Yeah, I'm also loading it.
Yeah, my connection's interrupted too, but as soon as we know roughly what the damage is. You had 4 hits.
Yeah, it's
The
that'll
thing
be a lot.
collapses. The thing collapses into a puddle of leaves.
Yeah, but I want to see how high it is. Oh, here I'll just roll for the 4 because it was like 23, 24, 17, 6, and then 17, and then 13 or something like that.
I'm in.
You want to see how shredded the pile of leaves is?
I mean, yeah. All right, I got my sheet open again. All right, so I'm just going to roll the same attacks I did before, and the first 4 should hit, but the last one. So I'll just roll them. So short sword, silvered short sword, and then short sword again.
Okay, they're all hits.
All right, the first one gets sneak and superiority die. The second one does not get sneak, but does get superiority die. The
And
third
it's
one
the
is
whole
unmagical,
thing is
and it gets
it's
that. And then the last one just.
you're making a salad now.
Yeah.
All right, coming to a halt as she spins around, sort of like almost loses her balance and looks over and is like, "Did I get it?"
I think you got. I see a big pile of shred leaves now.
All right, that'll be Lyra's turn as she comes to a spinning halt.
And quiet descends.
What about the whirlwest next to Azrael?
The little light flits off. The little light flits off.
Well done.
Thank you for that help. We
You're
didn't
welcome.
even have to do anything.
Well, I figured you're probably having enough of a bad day without that. Are those things common around here? Are we gonna see more of them?
And Bogclaw sort of shrugs.
All right.
Careful
so we have to go
though,
to
or
the east.
the welcome for wormlings will become a true welcome.
So we go
That
west
irks
with the
me.
boat, then we get off. We take the boat
East.
for a little bit, then we get back in the boat, and then we get out of the boat over there.
East, yes.
All right, east, not west. All right.
Do you
Well,
mean west?
No, we mean east.
All right,
Anyway.
All right, let's get the boat moving.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So at this point, it is dusk. As you head out in your boat.
Lyra's going to be resting in the boat since she exerted herself a lot during the fight.
Okay, I'm moving the party back to the starting page.
Yep.
All
Everyone's
right, where
gonna
we at
keep watch passively as he kind of rests her legs and arms and everything, really.
Do we get a short rest with the boat ride?
It is pretty heavy work moving the boat. So you can take
Right.
a short
Certainly
rest
not.
before you get into the boat, but boating is not a short rest.
Right, but we don't want to do that because that'll cost us an hour. Right.
I mean,
Yeah, basically just the I don't think anybody else took damage. So I think just the short rest fighters can probably just sort of hang out while we go, and then if something interrupts us.
yeah. Because Mel's not the strong type person anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's still 4 people to mend the boat, so I think we're good.
So it takes you a little bit of wobbling as you leave the island, and the ring current catches you and pulls you around. You get a little bit turned around, but you manage to then aim yourself back over until you are heading to the east. And Bugclaw sees you from the shore and points the way and then nods when you finally head off in the right direction. And you get into the mists and you get into the brush and the trees are overhanging. And it's fairly quiet with occasional chitterings of animals and the dripping of condensation and dampness off of the leaves. And you hear the occasional ripple going by. And you come up about half an hour of traveling or so to a little landing that looks like the start of where there might be a path. It looks somewhat like what Bugclaw described to you.
All right, are we hoofing it from here? We have to take the boat and put it on our shoulders or something.
Looks like it.
All right. Does anybody in the party actually look like they're strong?
I think we're mostly
Nope.
just deck
All right,
fighters.
it's gonna be a group effort then. All right, everybody, put your legs into it.
All right. 1, 2.
Yeah, 'cause even our fighters are
fingers
work
on the left.
Okay, unfortunately, these boats are built to be lightweight and carried around. So, among all of you, you manage to pick it up. And stepping from there, you find yourself walking down a narrow path, which makes carrying that boat a little challenging. And you find yourselves tipping it up on the side, trying to get it through. Thorny briars are grabbing at your clothing and at that, as if warning you against further trespass. And as you're lugging the boat through there, and you're making a fair amount of rustling noise, you hear kind of a startled sort of squeak ahead of you.
Assuming they allow Mel out front, I will try to check out said squeaky noises.
Okay, rounding the corner, you see a curious figure. A goblin leaning over a body, rifling through its pockets. It carries a small basket half full of berries, flowers, and that looks like the head of a dead lizard sticking out of it.
All right.
What kind of
There's
body is
a-
it?
Say again?
What kind of body is it? Like, is it humanoid? Can I tell the race?
It is humanoid, and it's wearing a fairly distinctive red cloak.
Did you do that? Is Lyra calls that to the little thing.
Yeah, Mel would say the same thing.
And it sort of scuttles back a little bit and puts something behind its back that the observant among you, since there's a couple of you, that was a tiny dagger with still dripping some blood off of it.
Lyra's gonna like motion for them to keep pushing the boat.
Yeah.
Does it look like a red wizard or something?
It doesn't look like a wizard. It looks like a cultist, the body on the ground.
Good on ya. I'm sure he deserved it. All right, let's keep going.
Yep. Of
Um,
course, Mel keeps eye out for any other trouble. Now, I do not think Mel does not perceive the goblin as trouble.
And Amila notices the goblin is wearing a pendant that looks like a stylized eye.
What's that pendant you got there? As I speak to the goblin.
And
It's common, because that's odd.
it startles, it looks down. The ladies give me this. They make my eyes sick, but they gave me this.
What ladies would that be?
Well, the ladies whose house, their house is very near. I help the ladies.
Are
We're in a
they
swamp. There's a suspicious person telling us to go meet a nice lady's house in the swamp. Oh boy.
You think it might be hags or something like that?
I mean,
That's
if
what
my
I'm
mother
thinking.
didn't teach me nothing growing up, it was to stay away from fairies and that sort of thing, and that they steal children in the night. So, I mean, that sounds like the old scary story.
Well, it's not really what we're after here. We're on our way to go to its lair, so let's just continue going on. Has nothing to do with us.
Would I know whether hags are negotiable?
Give me a history check. You can negotiate with hags, however, you need to be very, very careful doing so.
I don't think we really need to tango with them. This seems to have been this thing's prize, and if it is content to work with them and they're not harming nobody, and the lizard folk haven't seen fit to stamp them out, I'd say we just keep going.
Let's
They're not
not
even gonna
power
search
them,
the
and they won't power us.
Yeah, that's the normal thing.
Sure, why not?
All right, good luck, little one, and don't be going anywhere near where we're going for a bit, because there's gonna be one hell of a tussle there.
And he kind of looks at you suspiciously, but as you continue on, he goes back to sort of pulling out things from the bag of the cultist and looking through its things and tossing a book that he found over his shoulder and digging in and pulling out another sort of, hard to say what that is, but it's probably cloth, something or other. And anyway, so it's going through all of that, and you are continuing on.
Does anybody else think that we're likely going to be running into more of those cultists where we're going?
Probably. They probably won't be living long. And
All right,
after
good.
all,
And as you continue down, the way gets a little easier, the path opens up a little bit ahead of you, and you come to kind of a fork.
Did our lizard folk friend mention nothing about a fork? She just said head east.
Yeah,
they
didn't
probably
really,
lead to the
and
same.
both branches are, I mean, it still kind of continues east, but there are two branches that head east.
This probably has like one that's more difficult than the other. Or it's usually what I run to when I was on my adventures.
Mr. Bogtrotter, ranger friend, which way do you think is probably easier to travel?
I'm going to investigate for said answer.
Okay.
How in the hell? Okay.
Do you want the wizard to try to investigate?
Well, this is more about like a survival instincts about like, hey, which path looks like more traversable? Would you think your wizard
True.
would be a wanderer through bogs?
Oh. That's totally understandable.
Would I have had advantage on that from being in this bog before?
I mean, never been in this part of the bog.
Yeah, this is new territory.
Yeah, but you did some trekking through the wilderness in the bog. Yes, I'll give you advantage on that.
That is
Fate says no.
fate. The game said you were getting it beat up.
Anyway,
All right.
Yep,
no,
it's a
if you
fork
try-
in the path.
All right.
No.
An old crazy man once told me to follow my nose. Which way smells better? It's a bog, so probably don't want to go nothing near too stinky.
Oh, well, let's see. Which way smells better? If you go just a little ways down each of them and sort of sniff with your nose, the path to the left, has almost a tasty smell to it, real faint in the distance. And the other one, it's just the normal swamp, mulchy sort of smell.
All right, I'm getting a sense of something that smells good. And since that little wee green goblin was talking about sending us over to meet some nice ladies, beginning of a scary story and stuff, I think we go down the regular bog path. Otherwise, I think we're going to run into what is probably swamp gas.
And that was going to try and hear what's down each path, but I feel like we already reached the point of which one we're going to choose. So,
Yep.
When in doubt, follow your nose.
So you're taking which
So-
path?
the
I
regular
vote
bog
swamp path.
smelling path.
Okay. And as you continue along that path and it gets narrower again, and it starts going downhill just a little bit, and it comes back into a marshy, boggy area again, where it looks like the water's deep enough you could put the boat back down again.
All right, well, I guess I owe that old crazy man an apology. I think I cussed him out the last time I saw him. All right, let's get going.
Okay, so at this point, you have been traveling about probably an hour and a half so far. And so you're as you continue east, navigating your way around, it is a little difficult to keep track of which way's east, because at this point, it's mid-evening and it's pretty dark. So I need someone to give me a Actually, let's have the ranger give me a survival check.
When
can
doubt,
Lyra-
let the ranger have survival.
Can Lyra help with that? Keeping an eye out with
Sure.
him.
Doesn't the ranger's feature say that you can't become lost?
That's a good
Is this his
Unless
favorite
question.
terrain?
unless it's magical terrain.
Where?
Is this his
Where's
favorite
the,
terrain? This is the swamp your favorite terrain?
He said feet, so he might be talking about something else.
I don't know Rangers that well. Let me see.
Falk, you want to speak up? Speak
Yeah,
up. It's your
it's their-
character.
It's the National Explorer feat. What I can remember.
But which terrain did you choose?
Your group cannot become lost except by magical means. Ah, that's fair.
But did you choose swamp terrain? That's the question.
Oh
know,
yeah, it
maybe-
has to be your favorite terrain. That is
Yeah.
that is the stipulation above.
Falk?
I think Falk is not here because he said BRB after his last investigation check.
Check
Oh,
his sheet.
Okay.
Favorite terrain.
Okay. And he has been in he has been in the Twilight Marsh before. So, okay, we'll give it. That's going around, navigating around some of the terrain and some of the, things as you get these little hillocks in the way. But Falk keeps sort of nudging you back to the way. And you come to... let's see. You come to another place where there's more land than water, but still an awful lot of water. And give me some perception checks. Yeah, no, Chili and Neo's passives are just too high. It's going to be fine. So you can kind of see that there's some more areas that are not, that are not natural, that look like they were constructed. And it's starting to look like this area could be called a ruins. You can
Are
sort
we
of...
able to get closer with the boats, or are we having to hoof it from here?
So tell me what your vision is like. How many people do we have with without any sort of, yeah, I know 2 of you I think have goggles of night.
Valk's an elf, so he'd have dark vision. Or
Karos?
elf,
Yeah,
or half
I've got
elf. Or...
Karos, what's your vision like?
I have dark vision.
Okay.
I have goggles of night.
Okay.
Mephisto's a warlock, so he probably has it.
Okay, so
Not
it's
Mephisto, Azrael.
yeah, Azrael, you can see okay?
I have dark vision 60 feet. My imp
Right.
has dark vision 120 feet.
Okay. So you can kind of make out that in the murk and in and amongst all the overgrown area that there's ruins that have long ago collapsed on themselves and largely been reclaimed. Sometimes you can see a piece of moss-covered wall sort of sticking out. You see murky water having sort of filled the whole area. Reeds, lily pads, pondweeds sprouting all over, gaunt willow and sycamore trees rising like moldering skeletons from the muck-covered ground.
All right, that looks like what was described.
9 o'clock.
Can we get closer with the boat, or do we have to walk?
10 o'clock at night. They're about 10 o'clock. Well, it's gonna be kind of rough going either way. You're gonna have to kind of make your way among the things sticking out if you're in the boat. You're gonna have to make your way through the areas filled in with water if you're not in the boat. So it's up to you.
All right. Well, I think it'd probably be harder to get the boat stuck out from this area than it would to get ourselves stuck out from here. So I think we tie up the boat and start wading forward.
Fine.
Okay. I'm going to be flying forwards because I don't like to get my feet wet.
Okay.
And
It's
and
still.
I'll be
Go ahead, Shadow.
and I'll be. I was gonna say I'll be joining you in that because I have wing boots.
Okay. It is still challenging even with flight. Instead of dodging things in the water, you're dodging tree branches and growths and vines and things up there. So you're going to have about as equally difficult a time in the air as you are on the ground.
All right. Can Lyra move forward, go stealth, and do her pre-fight examination?
Yes.
Alrighty. Come on, Cloak of Elven Kind. Oh, sorry. 32.
And give me some perception too.
I'll send my imp forwards.
Just 10.
Give me some perception on your. Only a 10. Oh my. Give me some perception.
It's an 8 modifier.
For Mephisto.
So presumably, do you want perception from me or the imp? Since we can both see through the imp's devil sight simultaneously.
I'll let you choose as to whose brain is actually doing the perceiving. I'll let you choose.
I think actually it doesn't matter. We end up. Oh wait, no. It's better for me. So I'm gonna send the imp forwards. I'm still moving with the rest of the group. I'm looking through both eyes simultaneously because I have the voice of the chainmaster.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
And since the imp has devil sight, I don't suffer disadvantage. I don't suffer the -5 to perception because of dim light.
So, yeah.
Okay, Lyra, give me a dex save.
Oh boy, I love it. Great modifier, meh roll.
Okay, yeah. So Lyra starts suddenly drops in the water and starts floundering and flashing around. And give me some either acrobatics or athletics, depending on which one you're going to mostly rely on to get yourself out of suddenly sinking in
Does
the
it
water.
feel like something is grabbing her under the water?
It does not. It feels
All
like
right.
suddenly there was no ground there. Okay, and you manage to splutter back up to the surface, and sort of feeling your way around, get back onto the land. There is a something very deep that you went down under in the water.
There. Oh, that tastes foul. Oh, does that feel like some kind of like hole, like something's den?
Are you
Like
gonna
some
sort
kind
of
creature?
feel around it with your feet?
You know what? I don't want something to come back after I walk away. So, Larry is going to pull out her wedge-shaped blade and is going to, with one hand, feel around in the hole, trying to do so carefully in case whatever's there. Well, she's already floundered in it, so if there's anything there, it already knows she's there.
So it is very circular and about 5 feet diameter.
Anything at the bottom?
You can't find the bottom.
Alrighty.
You could, but
Guys,
you could
there's a
find
hole.
it is masonry in the circle around it.
Wait, that feels like rock. And she's like feeling around under the water. Guys, I think there's a hole here, and here, follow me. And without hesitating, she is going to take a deep breath and dive under the water.
Okay, how much has Lyra done of this sort of underwater exploration thing?
Canonically speaking, she doesn't know how to swim, but this is like her, like after like having a lot of time adventuring and stuff. So she would have taught herself eventually. But in terms of like exploring underwater ruins, she once went into a temple and got possessed by a ghost.
That's true. She did.
I would not very brave.
yeah.
Spelunking like this, not a lot.
Hmm.
So it goes very straight down as far as you can tell, and then you need to come back up for air.
All right, going down as far as she can without losing her breath, still like waiting around looking for any kind of details. Goes back to the top. That goes really deep.
Hmm.
Those hmms.
Mr. Ezreal, is your imp need to breathe and stuff?
Sorry?
Have you not told us you have an imp?
Yeah, but the imp needs to breathe.
Oh, he does. All right, I thought I saw something about him just not needing to breathe normally.
Yeah, so
Alright.
the imp can shape change, but none of those shape change forms are aquatic.
I
I
mean,
don't have a
So-
potion of water breathing.
you probably need a air tenacity to get away with not able to breathe.
Uh,
And
does anybody have a light source that doesn't go out under?
I used to be able to cast light, but I've since forgotten.
Mr. Wizard.
Nope.
Keros will nod.
Oh, you do. Can you like take a rock and like do a light thingy on it, and then drop it down the hole so we can see how far it goes?
Yeah, I'll take one of the pebbles out of my pouch, cast a light on it, and just drop it.
It
And
is
it's-
dark outside, so we should be able to see pretty clearly if it goes.
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, as it drops down through the water, through the murky water. It gets very murky, fades. It goes quite a ways down. And there's enough murk that all you can tell that it is very deep. You can't see what's down below though.
Deeper than a conceivable free dive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that might be some kind of antechamber or something for the temple. So maybe if we get down below, there's some kind of well or something that would come up to here. This could be an exit.
hmm,
Maybe.
Oh.
Who knows?
Well, we're not
Yes.
going to find out.
that's also quite a risky answer, if I may say. I think none of us know how the underwater or have a ways around it. And I'm not going to assume that a dragon player has magical artifacts that allow for it. That'd be too coincidental.
Did Lyra see any carving along the stonework as she went down, or was it all just
It was placed rocks masonry.
Okay, so nothing fancy. All right, I think we gotta looking around. Or do we still see the area? Is this in the ruins area, or is this before it?
It's in the ruins area.
Have we seen any other details that look like entrances?
You haven't quite yet, although you do sort of see. I mean, because you can't see very well even with the dark vision, and the dark vision doesn't give it very clear. But I mean, you're still only just a little bit into the ruins area.
All right,
Well,
this is a
my imp has double
possibility.
sight, so
Missed what you said, Cold Fusion?
imp has double sight, so I have 120 feet bright light equivalent.
Okay, so it can tell that there's more masonry kind of just a little further in. More masonry sticking up out of the water.
There's more masonry over there, guys.
All right, let's try a different entrance. I'm willing to try to swim down there again, but I was getting down pretty deep and didn't want to risk too much.
Yeah. Just throwing it out there. I'm guessing nobody has the water breathing spell.
No, unfortunately, I have not taken it yet.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright.
I see more masonry over there.
Heading over.
Well, let's get going.
Yep.
All right, scouting ahead.
So you're in front. Okay, so
Yep.
give
was go-
15.
I was going to go with Lyra to make sure she didn't fall into another hole and get herself wet.
I mean that's whole. There wasn't even anything in there, and it was underwater.
And she's already
Yeah,
wet.
my imp is a bit ahead of me. Invisible, but
Okay.
So,
Does
either
your
way, I'm going to stealth.
so Azrael, does your imp care at all about any of the other people?
Probably not.
well, I'm basically using the imp to scout.
Yeah. So the imp sees another one of those things, and sees
Oh.
that someone's about to step into it. What does your imp do?
Damn it!
I can speak through the imp, so I can speak my voice through the imp. Watch out!
Okay.
Like as she's like moving over, she like feels like the place where her foot was gonna be. Just suddenly, there's nothing there. And she's like waiting back.
Yep. It's another one.
It's another.
And as you feel it, it's very similar to the other one.
Mr. Carnos, can you give me one of those rocks that can give light?
Yeah, I'll take another pebble out, cast light on it, drop it down the hole. Or well, I'll pass it to you.
Mechanic question real quick. So rangers have the ability for the water breathing spell. What has to happen for me to swap out spell lists?
Long rest.
usually.
Okay.
I
Hey,
thought the
Red.
Rangers had to level up to switch spells.
No,
Oh, do
the
they?
Rangers prepare spells, I think.
Rangers are basically like druids. And
Yeah,
they get their
they have
spells
the
from nature.
I mean,
So,
that's like saying paladins are like druids. Let me just.
well, paladins are more like clerics.
Or paladins are like clerics, I should say, and the paladins don't get to do that. I don't know, they do.
They do.
I don't know. I'm just wondering what has to happen if I wanted to switch over to a water breathing spell.
Again, long rest.
Yep.
It's long rest.
Okay, that's it. All right, cool.
Yep, long rest.
Well, actually, no. Rangers don't prepare spells. So if you didn't take that spell, you don't know it. So if you want to take that spell, you're going to have to take it when you learn another spell.
Yeah, you regain spell slots, but you don't get to switch.
Okay.
When you
Oh,
level,
it's the
you can
sorcerer.
choose one or more rangers to replace or another spell. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm pretty sure. Right.
It's like a sorcerer, so you pick you can pick one when you level up, and then you can replace one at the same time.
All right, Lyra's can take a magic stone from the nice wizard man, and is going to try a easy free dive, not trying to go too deep, just to see if this one's a similar depth.
Yes, the experience is very much almost identical to the last experience. And if you're very far down before you start dropping it, It might open up down there, but it's murky enough you can't really tell.
How far can Lara test? Because she's got a pretty decent con being a fighter. How deep? How long do you think she can last underwater?
I should have looked that up.
All right, Lyra's gonna
Make an athletics. Make an athletics.
I've got a better idea than questioning suicide. She's gonna get to the top with the light stone and say, who's got some rope?
I do.
All right, you, Amila, you got some?
Valk will hand over his rope.
Everybody's
I,
handing you rope.
Let me check my.
we got
Presumably
at
you
least
swim.
3.
Yeah.
Meanwhile-
you can swim a long time.
Hold its breath for a number
I
of minutes
should have
equal
a
to
rope.
1 plus.
Oh, I have like a source pack, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you got a rope. So we have 4 ropes, so
Okay,
that's
better is choking and
200
surviving
feet worth
mercy.
of rope.
You can swim like, I'm guessing
Okay.
if you have a +3 con, that's like 4 minutes. So 2 minutes down, 2 minutes
That's what I'm
back.
saying is like if I tie a rope, Lyra ties
Yeah.
a rope around her waist, ties the 4 of them together. She's got 200 feet of rope in order to explore with, and that way she can stay down there. And then I'd say probably when you guys feel a sharp tug, pull her back. And then if a certain amount of time passes, I'd say probably like probably within 30 seconds of how long she can hold her breath for with then just pull it.
And Spartan put the
Okay.
rule in chat.
Creature can hold its breath for 1 plus its con modifier, so I can hold it for 4 minutes.
Yep.
So
Okay.
3 minutes and 30 seconds pass, start pulling her back up.
And
But in
also,
4 minutes, you can go way more than 200 feet, right?
I
Yeah,
mean,
especially when
she's
you
So,
just roll.
all you would do is
yeah,
dash,
she's a
so you'd
fighter
move
rogue,
30
so
feet
she
per
can
turn.
bonus action dash each turn.
And what kind of armor are
So
you
you're
in?
gonna run out of rope long before you actually run out of
Studded
breath.
leather.
Okay.
The light kind of armor.
Yep, light armor.
Okay.
Amela with her mirror is not going to join you.
All right. This is just for like role play purposes, but cloaks and stuff get pretty waterlogged, right? Hard to move in them.
Yep.
I can press the digitate them, try.
And no, I mean, I don't want to have to lose this, but I don't think this is going to be something that's going to help me down there. She's going to pull off her green cloak and hand it to Amila. That's as she mouths Elven kind. Don't lose it, please.
Alright. I fold it up and put it in my bag, where I will keep close watch on it.
All right, I want to see what's down there. All right, ready to go. Got the rope.
And do you still have the rock, or no? You tossed the rock down, so it's down there already.
Yeah, but I'm probably going to want another flashlight.
Isn't like concentration, or is it just
Yeah, that
No,
was
it's
like
not concentration.
mayhem?
It just lasts for an hour.
Yep. Unless
You
they
can only have
recast
one.
it. Okay. So
Yeah, you can just have only one up at a time, though.
Yeah.
So she'll just grab another rock and get in the
so
flashlight.
you're going through
Okay.
the darkness towards the light.
I'll just get a different one. She's back on the surface, so she can just have a new flashlight constructed.
And how are you going
Alrighty.
about doing that?
Oh, Karos can just use another rock for her.
Yeah,
Or
I
he can like
I
just
can do
make a
that.
part of actually probably just make her like sword glow or something.
Sure, I can do that. But yeah, in terms of the rope, like in 5 rounds, you'll run out of rope if you were to dash. And
Alright.
you can stay in there for like 40 rounds.
Well, hopefully we don't end up in a situation where she needs to go farther than 200 feet.
You've already tried it, right? You went 2 minutes down and then 2 minutes back up. So you know how deep it is.
Well, she wasn't testing her limits there. She was just
Right.
basically playing it safe. Alright, she's gonna dive down, holding her breath, oxidizing her bloodstream, and down she goes. Sword lit, ready to go.
And going down through the murky water, You can sort of see, you can see some areas where the masonry is kind of crumbled some and all. And as you get down there, it ends in sort of a pipe that kind of turns. And as you go down in there, you come out into a large space filled with water.
Is there air at the top?
If you go up to the top of that, yes, there is air at the top of that.
Have I run to the end of my, or is there slack left?
You're just about towards the end. You're almost at the end.
All right. Lyra is going to. Is there a spot nearby where she can get a like maybe a small shore section nearby?
Let's see. And you have a light, so at one end. Map. Yes, you are actually in a rectangular chamber that several of these pipes dump into. And at one end, there are some steps with a double door going up out of it.
A big old smile on her face. She is going to look around to see anything nearby, like creatures, people. Or does it seem like empty?
It just seems like it's full of water.
All right, Lyra is going to find a decent-looking crevice in a rock and is going to undo the rope and is going to pound in a pitten with her small hammer so that she can make a securing point for the rope.
Okay. And at this point, it's been about the 3.5 minutes, and you're starting, and you know, you've been feeding the people up on the surface.
Yeah,
you've been
yeah.
feeding out the line, and you can sort of, it's sort of stopping and all, but it is at about 3.5 minutes. So what are you doing? The people at the top.
Well, he told us to pull him up at 3.5 minutes, right? So.
So
So
Alright,
we're gonna start trying to pull, right? Because we don't know that he's done any of that.
Yep.
So we'll just start trying to pull.
I guess.
Because we don't want him to drown.
And the rope
So,
starts moving
Lyra's
away
a
from you.
female.
she can't yank it back. Alright, Lyra is going to follow the rope and grab onto it and allow herself to get pulled back.
And the route was actually pretty straightforward, and you don't get banged very much being pulled along by the rope.
Yeah, she'd be careful. She'd be like almost like walking along the ceiling as it's pulling her. As she comes to the top, she is just tied to it. She's like, "All right, it's not that far, just a little bit farther than is comfortable. I was setting a pitten down there, but I ran out of time. If we set up a spot here where we anchor it, everybody can just pull on the rope and like we can just form a chain. And even those that aren't like super good swimmers and stuff, you can just pull yourself using the rope."
Right, but we can all move as fast as you. How far away is it?
How long did she have to hold her breath before she got to the end swimming normally? Or swimming
Couple of
fighter,
minutes.
rogue, dashy?
Couple of minutes, but you were dashing as a bonus action and dashing as your action, right?
I mean, theoretically, yes. But also, that would be way farther than 20 feet, or 200 feet then. So, it's 200 feet.
Movement is
at
halved
least.
underwater.
Oh.
Unless you have a swim
if
speed,
you
but-
can move 400 feet in, what would that be? 1 minute? I think it was 1 minute plus your con. So if you can move 10 rounds, so 10 times your movement speed, is that more than 400?
Well,
If you're double dashing, so that'd be
double
60 feet
dashing.
around. That's 600 feet. Yeah, you can make it.
Yeah, but I can't double dash.
let's
You can't
see.
action, dash, and run. That basically
For-
just action to dash.
Yeah, I
For
can use
half
my
movement.
action to dash, but I don't have a bonus action dash. That's what I mean.
You don't need one. Lyra's movement speed theoretically is 90 feet
Right.
normally, and yours would be 60 feet. So if it's
Yeah.
400 feet to move with the half speed, then it's 200 feet. So 400 feet.
Let's rephrase this of it's doable. It's a little on the long side for some who aren't as comfortable holding their breath, but it's doable.
Okay. So we're all gonna follow you. So I'm gonna prove my invalid existence first, and then I'm gonna go down.
Alright,
Following the
Alright.
rope.
securing either end of the rope chain with the pitten should be able to. And Lyra is just going to free swim it.
Okay.
Well, I got a question here. What disadvantage does a person with medium armor have swimming down?
I mean, that's why we have the rope.
You can go
Oh, yeah.
down just fine with armor.
Right. Coming
They're
back.
going up part.
Right.
Well, the rope would be
okay.
able to be would be able to pull yourself up because it would be connected at both ends. It probably
Right,
would be
yeah.
advisable to go too many at a time, but you should be able to do it.
And especially if you've
If
got
anybody
friends
needs
helping you.
help. Yeah, and if anybody needs
Yeah.
help, Lyra's up.
Okay. And
can
let's
probably make it.
let's pause here and take a 5-minute break. Get up out of your chairs, stretch a bit, bio, refill cups, get your eyes off the screen, stuff like that. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Underwater
thank you.
temple
Go ahead.
adventure.
Alrighty here. So we're at the top of a masonry tube that goes down like a well, goes down to some wide pipes that come out into a clearly rectangular structure. You guys are at the top and planning to head down. So give me the order you're going to actually, as each person goes down, just give me an athletics check to sort of see how easily you're getting down.
Yeah, I guess you're
Okay.
pulling yourself with the
Yeah,
ropes.
yeah.
Lyra will move along the ropes, and she can move pretty fast in case people look like they're having trouble.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm pretty slow.
Okay, Bulk's already down. Azrael's following in. Mila's gets a little turned around, but gets the right direction, and Karos gets down just
She's
fine.
also wearing VFR, so that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, the rope's straining a bit at that.
Yeah. Well, they're not depending on the rope. Oh, Miyuki needs a little bit of help. Gets a little bit sort of
Well, the rope
stuck.
is like guiding them. It should be a direct path to the surface if they pull themselves.
Yeah, Miyuki's gotten a little turned around in the cistern and can use a little help getting up to the surface.
All right, back to the surface from here, or back to the surface below.
Back to the surface below.
All right, Lyra is going to rush up with her sword still glowing and grab his hand.
Okay, pulls Miyuki up. And we are missing somebody. Oh, Lyra's the one who hasn't done it again. Lyra's a repeat trip. Okay, so you are... Hang on. Does your imp come down, Azrael?
He
I've
dismissed it.
poofed my imp.
Dismiss them.
Yeah. So he's in a pocket.
So
I don't
he's
have him
not
at-
all wet and upset.
Yep. This does mean, however, I don't have an imp as I come out on the other side, which is not ideal, but it had to be done.
You could just bring it back as an action as soon as you get out, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, if as soon as we get out, we're in the fight, then
Yeah, Lyra already had a look to see there wasn't anything.
Anyway, Mel tries to assume back at the head after we get out of the water.
Okay, so I am moving the party to the map that the sort of irregular 1.12-12 map that has sort of green at the top of it. So you're kind of treading water in a large room filled. I mean, it's got a lot of water. However, there is air at the top, and there's stairs along the one end that lead up to some doors, and you can sort of see some rubble and crumbling around some of the sides.
Right, well, Amelia immediately tries to get out to the stairs.
So this is all water right now, right? And the only land is the steps.
Yes.
Okay, but this is an air pocket specifically.
Yes, and the room is, let's see, where's my measuring tool? So the room's about 40 feet long and 30 feet wide. The stairs leading up and the doors are at the short end. There's about, four steps up to the double doors.
Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna poof my imp back into existence.
Okay.
I'm going to check to see if the doors are locked or not.
They're not.
Alright. And I wait until everybody's ready before opening the door. So once I confirm everybody is ready, and I will repeat this, is if you are ready, I will open the doors.
Alright, we probably
I
want to be a bit
guess the
quiet from
ceiling
here.
is too low to fly in here for a medium-sized creature, so I'll just stay in the water.
Val's gonna be stealthed and ready to action in case of hostile.
Yeah, I'm going to throw me a stealth check too.
Boop. Yeah. Let me do that also.
Just a 15.
So you guys are
Sneaky.
pretty quiet. Okay.
Well,
Alright.
Amelia, you're opening the door?
yep. Another
Clever.
door appears.
Clever blacks. All right. Tiptoeing forward, checking the ground in front of her for traps. Does she see anything?
Yep.
Nope. You see some kind of rubble a little bit of rubble in here. You don't see any traps. However, you do hear sounds on the other side of the door ahead of you.
And getting the short swords out and ready.
Yep, Valk still has his held action, just in case.
Lyra's going to put her dagger blade to the door and is going to listen at the tip, like amplified sound trick. What can she hear on the other side?
How big is this kind of alcove area?
That
Specifically height?
That's a good question. I think it's 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet.
Okay, so I'm
let
going
me
to
see.
be
Hang
flying
on.
above Valk.
Only features. Yeah, I assume so in here.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to be flying above Valk, so I'm basically flying on top of Valk's head, and my imp's going to be flying over here. Yep.
Okay.
Perception to hear.
And yes, go ahead. Miyuki, what are you doing?
I guess somewhat flying also above the people, so there's more room for people to be in here, but like close to the door, being ready.
Okay. So you're kind of all 6 of you are sort of squished up into that little space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's dry.
Okay, so what you hear is sounds of working and a little bit of sort of snapping like commands. And did you speak Draconic? You were not one of the ones who had Draconic, correct?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Valk's gonna do the same. He is fluent in Draconic.
Okay, go ahead and give me
If-
perception too.
Perception. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
you
as
catch
good.
it. There's some things giving order or speaking in there. It sounds like they're snapping at each other. There's definitely people. They're speaking that one dragon tongue.
And you hear metallic sounds, you hear stuff moving, you hear some shuffling and rumbling.
All right, I don't think there's a way for us to get past you without revealing ourselves. So let's all prepare an attack. And as soon as the door opens, let's give them what for.
Alright.
Cool.
All right, Lyra's gonna hold a longbow shot. We're all pretty stealthy, so it'll be a surprise unless there's something that explode on the other side.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So this is a very dimly lit. The room is dimly lit by 3 dimly glowing braziers distributed among half a dozen tables in the room. Cage bars set into the wall are occupied by emaciated people in various stages of neglect. A trio of kobolds are there, kind of working around on the tables. One with a cauldron of stuff, and one working on something over by a brazier.
Okay. Lyra is going
Oh,
to
and let's do
reach out
initiative.
there.
Sorry, initiative.
Yeah. Oh wait. Everybody had prepared shot. I would hope.
Yeah. But do we want to go into
technically.
initiative for the surprise round and then roll
Yeah.
regular?
Sure.
That way we can go turn
Yeah.
by turn.
Yeah. Okay, and Miyuki's a 13. Okay. So Miyuki, you're about halfway down the pack. We start with Volk.
All right. Now, just correct me if I'm wrong. Surprise round is 1 action only, correct? No movement, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just fire.
All right. So I'm going top kobold.
Okay. That is a
10.
miss.
All right. Next.
Amila.
And I was going to use her action to dash, not to attack.
Okay.
To get out to this kobold, and I don't see anything else. There's fighting having my goggles of night on.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, Miyuki. So we've got this 10-foot by 10-foot sort of cube. The kobolds are in the middle of the room. The room is about, where's my measuring? $50 by 60 roughly. The kobolds are around tables kind of in the middle, and they are about, the nearest is about 25 feet from you. There's one about 50 feet from you. There's one you can't quite, well, you can sort of see it through the bars. There's another one sort of further in the room you can't quite see.
I'm just gonna firebolt the closest.
I think one of the nice old ladies got lost. 9.
That is going to miss.
There is a 9.
Okay, Lyra?
All right. Does this kobold here look different?
It does.
All right. What's different about it, or is it just? All right.
It looks kind of bulkier.
Ooh, fun. All right. Lyra is going to. Is this like a cage in front of her?
Yes.
All right.
And these over here, and along the wall to your right are sets of shackles, and there are sort of people shackled to the walls. You've got cells, looks like 8 cells that have people in them, and then the kobolds out in the middle of the room around the tables and braziers and all.
All right. She's gonna fire through the bars towards this one.
Okay.
All right. Longbow. 18.
Double hit.
All right. For.
Good lord.
21. 21.
Okay, that's a solid hit.
All right. That's her turn, or her held action.
Karos.
Oh, I just thought about
All
something.
right. Well, Karos, hang on a second. Yep, Karos is gonna move in a bit into the side. He's gonna target this one here and just throw out a bolt of flame.
Boom. 10.
That is a miss.
Okay.
Which direction did you send that? Okay. They kind of went over and splattered on the bars behind it. Azrael.
I'm going to target the kobold that Lyra hit, and I'm just going to shoot it with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Jeez.
They miss. That just sputters.
Not very surprising.
You reach out with your hand and it just sort of sputters at your fingertips.
You get
Yeah,
that
is it because your hand is wetter?
Possibly. Very, very likely.
Shadow,
Okay.
you were trying to say something?
All right.
I was just thinking, since it's a surprise round, would we have advantage or anything, or?
We were stealthy a little bit, but everybody rolled low anyway.
Yeah.
They're kobolds.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not used to this Roll20 interface. Every time I try and use the scroll wheel, it changes the size of things.
So that came up yesterday. You can change that.
Yeah.
If you go to the cog on the right-hand side of the chat, there is a thing.
Oh, there. Use Legacy Alt Scroll Wheel Zoom.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the reminder, Spartan.
Yeah.
Driving
Because
me
that was
crazy.
throwing my head in yesterday.
I'm sitting here going to 85% and no down to 20. Very hard to, and especially where I keep having to move it because it keeps moving the point of focus, and I don't know how to turn that part of the API off. Okay, back at the top of the round. Bulk.
Bulk is going to move over here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So you're moving over by the shackles, okay?
Yep. I gotta correct my headset after this. I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark, and then double longbow.
This kobold of theirs had like the most luck of any kobold ever, so I believe.
This kobold's luck continues. Oh, I think the second one hit. The second one hit for 19.
Seems
Yay.
like we made
That's my turn.
it.
And it's looking in sad shape. Anything else, Falk? Falk?
Movement, bonus action, action. That's probably it.
Okay, yeah, and we lost him.
Yeah, he said he was fixing his headset, so.
Oh, right. Okay, and so it is the kobolds. This kobold here, up here, comes up to the table, grabs a cauldron, comes
God, no.
and splashes it at 3 of the people who are in the shackles.
Uh-oh.
Gotta be kidding me.
What's happening here?
What is that?
And
What is that token?
these, and so it's there, and whatever it does, they just, all 3 of the ones splashed by this give a roar and yank and pull the chains and break the chains.
Ooh.
Damn.
If I were to guess, Berserkers?
Let's see.
Who knows?
I don't think I've ever actually seen a Berserker in the wild. Yes! Yes!
Okay, so the one down here attacks back at Amilla.
He's gonna
Actually,
sit like a truck, so be
Umbrella
careful.
didn't hit at all, so there's no attacking back, just attacking.
Okay, so it looks like.
okay, so this one pulls out a dagger and hits once. And it would help if I did this publicly.
I thought.
And that's quite a miss.
Fanatic.
So it reaches out and it. How do I do this as an event? Ah, that will
Woof.
hit. So Amilla,
There it is.
it touches you, and you feel instant wounds just appearing there, and it just sort of feels like it rips part of your life force out of you. And you take
So wait, this one threw a dagger, this one touched her?
no, this one makes 2 melee attacks. It did with one hand with the dagger, which really whiffed, and that was a feint because the other hand reached out, touched, and
Woof.
yeah.
Just the inflict wounds is a cast a spell action, though it's not a melee attack. It's a melee spell attack.
Oh, you're
It's
right.
a cast a spell action.
So, which do you choose, dagger or natural 20 inflict wounds?
We'll go with the dagger because it did whiff with the dagger first.
You could go
Ah.
first. So that'd be 2 dagger attacks then?
Yeah. Here,
Alright, now we have other world, we're like in a different universe. We know that can happen.
You know,
19.
rolls that rolls hit. So I still take a bit of damage.
But it's
That
not
helps.
40.
It's a shame, though, because if I was that kobold, I would definitely have just gone with inflict wounds rather than a dagger attack.
I mean,
Well,
that's a third one.
yes,
The
more you
but it's also kind of startled by the fact that it's in melee range. It was not expected to be in melee range. Okay, but the other one does want to be in melee range, and it comes charging up to you, Amilla.
Oh, really?
It does, and it grabbed a battle axe on its way to it.
That's a beefy
Battle
boy.
axe. That's a weird kobold.
13. It's a kobold berserker. Ooh, we getting the colorful ones.
Kobold berserkers are cool.
All
I know
right,
which one I'm picking
so does a 13 hit?
it's advantage because Kobold Pat tactics.
Yes, of course it did.
It also
And
has
it's
reckless if it
raging.
wants to.
So yes, an 18.
All right.
So this rabid kobold comes up and wails at you with a battle axe. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's all of them. Amila, what are you gonna do in the face of all this?
I'm
gonna
coming.
stab. I'm gonna go and stab the one who stabbed me with a dagger.
That will hit.
For regular 6, and then a normal.
That also hits.
I feel like Roll20 is a bit laggy with the dice lately for me. So, 6.
So it was another 6 damage.
Yep. So 12 total, unless it has some resistance to non-magical weapons or whatnot.
Okay. So you
Don't
have
worry,
And
Lair's coming.
This is towards the non-angry, frothing kobold. Oh.
Purpley is frothing.
Okay.
Now,
Anything
are
else?
not.
So you've slashed at this thing and gotten a couple of hits in on it.
Got nothing else. That's an action and bonus action, and I'm not gonna risk.
You're not going to move and take your
provoking.
opportunity. Okay.
Lair's coming. Lair's coming.
Okay, Miyuki, it is your turn. You are still where you were. They've moved towards Amila, so the nearest kobold. So there are 2 kobolds that look almost normal. One's next to Amila at about 20 feet. The one that splashed the cauldron at the others is about 30 feet from you. And the berserker one that is wailing at Amila is also about 20 feet from you.
If you've got some mid-range like AoE, this could be a good place to use. So there are some civilians nearby, so it's going to be carefully placed.
No. So bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade at 3rd level.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move in towards the ones that are 20 feet by me.
Which one are you hitting with the?
The kobolds or the berserkers?
Yeah.
I'm gonna aim for
He's
the
next to the kobolds.
Berserker first.
Berserker, so.
He's going for the berserker. All right, so that'd be here.
No,
Yep.
he's next to the kobold berserker.
Yeah, there
Okay.
is a
Because that's a
kobold
magical
berserker.
sword that does psychic damage.
And then I was on Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
Nasty. Before I rolled. This.
Okay, wait a minute. So where did? Oh, over there.
Yeah, I think it's the berserker. Not
Over at one of the ones
berserker.
that broke the chains away from the wall.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
question: what was the light in here again?
Dim.
Cool.
Very dim.
So I will have advantage on this.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Oofda. You oofda.
Okay, now wait a
That
minute.
wasn't a crit, was
2d20
it?
KH1. Keep highest 1.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a
It's because
crit.
he rolled with advantage. I think he's got like
Yeah.
or some kind of
Yeah,
shadow thing.
and that's a crit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is going to hurt.
I mean, they're berserkers. They got a lot of meat on their bones. I would know.
Yes,
I usually run around with.
I mean, these are scrawny
Yeah.
ones, scrawny malnourished ones, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could summon them with your bard, who had that horn of Valhalla.
So
I was like,
what's the damage,
that looks like a
Miyuki?
token.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, it looks like it's a pretty low average, but that's a lot.
Actually,
Yeah, I think
these
that-
guys are in scrawny enough shape. That's going to take that one down.
And then,
You just slice through it with that magical shadow blade of yours.
Oh, shadow blade. Alright.
and then there's one adjacent to him, somewhat.
Yes, 5 feet further.
Okay, so green flame blade. Would that damage get double on a crit?
It's damage rolled.
Yeah, you get twice as many
Okay.
rolls on it. Yeah. Let's see.
It doesn't matter that first one.
You don't move
These guys
forward
are
on
powerful.
The damage. You wouldn't. It's the green flame blade. It'll affect.
No, I'm
creatures that engage.
moving. Valk is moving
But
the
these guys are
token for him.
weakened.
He wanted to attack the one next in line.
No, he's not. That's the green flame blade damage.
Yeah,
It
I
hits
made
the
it
thing
this way.
adjacent to it.
I know I'm futzing
Yeah.
and I'm trying to figure out how strong these
Yeah,
berserkers
so-
would actually be, given that
So
they were
so
turned
after I hit
into
the primary
berserkers, but
one,
they were pretty
it
weakened
jumps to
before that.
any adjacent enemies.
So that's 17 to the one behind it,
Yep.
who was a little bit weakened to start with and is now looking pretty mangled.
Good Shadow
Let's see,
Blade.
so it was a little bit weakened before that and is now looking pretty mangled.
That'll be turn.
Lyra!
All right. Seeing that Emil is having a little bit of trouble, she is going to move up and first getting to here is going to attack this one with her first short sword attack.
Okay.
All right, 11, which I don't think will hit. She's then going to extra attack it.
That one hits.
18. All right, striking at this one. This one will not get the no, it wouldn't get the sneak because she is next to an enemy. So this one would just be normal 7.
Okay, that's
All
pretty
right,
good slashing at it.
It's still up though.
It is.
All right, she is going to action surge and is going to stab at it again. 21.
Oh yeah, that hits.
All right. How weak is it looking? Does it look like one thing might do it, or does it gonna need more juice?
It's looking pretty weak.
All right, I'll take the chances.
It's down.
12. All right. With that one going down, she is going to move away to. Actually, her movement would have been used, but she would have her bonus action offhand. Oh yeah. So she's going to take a passing swipe at this one. Actually, she can use another action and then bonus. She'll attack this one here twice. Once with the main hand action surge and the bonus action short sword.
You have advantage.
1, 2. Why would I have advantage? Because you attack recklessly. Oh, that's one's getting the sneak attack. And she is going to make this a menacing attack.
Okay. And you've got a crit on it, so go ahead.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
So sneak attack, superiority die for 21,
32,
35. 35. And then it needs to make a DC 15 wisdom save or be frightened. Alrighty. It is Berserk.
He's too angry to feel scared.
He's just too angry.
Yep.
And then offhand jab.
That's a hit.
14. Alright, just normal damage, no sneak, no superiority die for 11.
And you bring it down.
I just love doing my job. Alright, she's gonna turn
I should have
and raise her
tossed him a
blades
couple
towards
more
the Berserkers.
kobolds in here, except for the...
So they have 2 targets. That'll be turn.
All right, and they come raging out, and the first one comes down and attacks at Lyra.
All right, Lyra is going to use her reaction as it swings down towards her. She is going to raise her wedge-shaped blade and is going to parry it.
Okay.
Her AC for that attack becomes 21.
Okay. Does it get a second? It does not get a second attack. These are pretty weak, actually. Okay, and the second one comes in, and also it goes at you.
It's what we do. All right, that will hit. I was so
Okay.
hoping for a reaction riposte, but no.
A little bit of damage there. Okay, Karos.
All right, Karos is just gonna throw out a firebolt at the injured berserker. Nothing too fancy. Give me a second. That's actually 8 damage. Any ones that I roll become 2 on fire damage.
Okay. That's a solid hit.
End of turn.
Azrael.
Jesus, everything died.
No, there's still a kobold and a
So-
berserker.
So, just to be
Two
clear, I said I
berserkers,
was
actually.
on top of here, so I'm actually here. What is it? Yeah, I can.
We're going to make it to a second
So-
round.
Imp is going to fly over, assist me to shoot this guy, and bonus action hex it. I'm guessing it's been more than an hour since the previous fight. So,
Yes.
So double Eldritch Blast on him. I have advantage on the first. Well, I have advantage on all of them actually because he reckless. But notwithstanding, that's it. Enter.
Bulk. By the way,
Oh.
that for Shadow, that one, the kobold went down.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So I'm bonus action going to move my hunter's mark to the berserker.
Okay. Okay.
10 to hit.
That will miss. That will hit. For 16.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. And this kobold reaches out to Amilla.
Please.
Ooh, that's not gonna hit.
Oh, reaches out to touch you, and you manage to squinch out of the way.
Medium
That's
armor FTW.
Actually, he just touches the armor and nothing happens.
Yep, Amilla, it's your
Gold
turn.
shiny. Seems like you ran out of friends. Well, let me help them. Let me help you rejoin.
Help me, help you, help me.
Yep.
That'll hit.
And the offense.
Oh!
That's a crit.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, I stab on the neck. Just go sleep now.
Goes right
Everything will
through
be
the
fine.
neck. Okay.
And since no one is near me, I'm going to just move up near Lyra right there. Right back.
Sup.
Yep.
Okay, Miyuki. We're down to one berserker left over by Amilla and Lyra, about 15 feet away from you. There's sort of bodies kind of ringing around them.
Yeah, I'll move over there and try to hit with my shadow blade. Actually, booming blade shadow blade.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-boom.
That's a hit. And you've brought it down within an inch of its life. So it is still there, but it is in shreds. As your
That'll be turn.
power just ripped through it. Lyra.
All right, 2 blades in hand. She is going to step forward and is going to finish it off. So 1, 2.
And it falls beneath the might of your swords.
Oh, that didn't even have the sneak attack attached to it. A lot
You
more.
can give it an extra stab if you like.
No, that would have been on the second one. So just slash.
Okay. So, Quiet Falls. You've got kind of the avid attention of a lot of very frail, very emaciated. Many of the people in the cages have got acid scars, acid burns. They clearly have all been here a while and been tortured.
Is there supposed to be like a light source way out here? I think there is one.
You know what? I think the first time I put tokens down here, I think I had them over there before I moved them, and so I think there's a stray token off the side there that's giving you a light source. And if you can see it,
Alright,
it's
do
probably
they-
your token that's off the edge there.
Okay. Well then, okay. If I can only see it, it's just like the outside things. All right.
It's off the edge.
Anyway,
I think one of the
so
old ladies got lost.
are these lock cages? Yes. Or are they when easy to break cages that kobolds are known for?
These do not look like kobold-made cages. This looks like a full-on
Alright, let's-
prison.
Let's check the bodies and see if there's any keys.
Yep. If not, there's always the trusty skeleton king we always carry.
I know, right? We always have that trusty way of getting in when people don't want you to get in.
Mhm.
Let's see if there's keys.
In the meantime, I'm just going to bash up my wounds.
Okay, digging through, they've got some various, various little trinkets and stuff on them. You do find keys on, not on the Berserker, but on both of the other two kobolds have keys on them. Thank you, Zakathanakis.
All right. I'm looking around. Who looks like just regular like townspeople and hunters and stuff?
Well, you can kind of see there's a few commoners, couple of lizard folk, couple of, various possible adventures. They're all in bad shape. They're all, very weak, emaciated.
Is that an orc?
That is an Orug, yes.
Or does he look similar to the others, just sort of like a prisoner, nothing special?
It looks like a prisoner. Looks like, also has emaciated, has the acid stuff. Looks like he's been
All right.
tortured.
Lyra is going to suggest that we go around and release everybody except for the person in this cage.
And fair enough. What's the old lady gonna be doing here?
Sure.
Trying to be left alive.
We'll have a chat.
What have you got against old ladies?
Oh no, we're like whispering this. She's just gonna find this out after everybody else is gone.
She's got
there's
sharp
a rope.
ears, dearie.
There's a rope down there. You can pull yourself up back to the surface. If any of you need to get your breath and patch up your wounds, now's the time to do so. There's a somewhat straight-ish path past here. How did you all get here?
Who are you asking that of?
Most of the people that they're releasing. I'd say.
Yeah. The lizard folk, the whatever the other people.
They all look very sort of dull-eyed, weary, kind of a little bit on the dazed side. The ones that are a little bit stronger and can talk you varying stories of along the lines of kidnapped from the Flan path as they were headed along, captured from their village, taken off their ship.
All right. The lizard folk. She'll address them in particular and say that your chieftain has asked us to come here, and we are doing you and your people a favor. Can you please lead these people back to your village and see them safe back to where they need to be?
Yes, we can do that.
Anyway.
Now, which way did you direct them to go?
We directed them down what we know to be the safe routes through the water.
Through the water, okay. Are you going
The
to
question
attempt to
is, can they
assist? These people are pretty weak and are going to have trouble holding their breath. Are you going to assist them?
Yes.
Sure.
Alright. That's gonna probably take time, but whatever.
I think we have a bit of time.
Okay. So
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that.
okay. So we'll say we'll give it about an hour or so to get all of the people up and point them in the right direction towards the Ring Current Island, and the lizard folk take the lead and shepherd them off with the more able body assisting the less able body.
All right, one prisoner left.
Mm-hmm.
Free me, and my sisters will reward you.
I mean,
So,
I'm fully in the mood to just put her full of pincushion. Actually, no. What does this person look?
This person looks like an old
Sorry,
human
not
woman
hacks.
with impossibly black eyes.
Oh, so straight up hag. I
All right.
actually thought she was going to disguise herself or something.
Are you?
She's weak and weary. Oh, let an old lady out! What do you have against old ladies?
Oh, sorry. Does a 12 or 18 hit the old lady?
What the heck? Oh, stop. We need to interrogate the old lady before we kill her.
The 18 does hit.
We don't need to. And honestly, Lyra is also kind of in a position. Maybe we should just, squash the cockroach.
I mean,
I've already look. The action's already done. The arrows have already flown. The 18 has hit its mark. The only question is left is the 11 finish the job?
No, it doesn't look like it.
No, the 11
Yeah, I don't see
won't quite
11,
finish the job.
All
She
right,
isn't
Falk, if you want
quite.
to do this.
She isn't quite in as bad a shape as the others. I mean, she's somewhat weakened, but she's not
Oh,
as
she is
emaciated.
now. That was the entire point. That was the point.
Yeah.
Lyra just shrugs. If you're gonna do it, Valk.
Follow it up.
Nope. I was going to say she doesn't know any old ladies with black eyes, but I guess that heads out.
Misses hits one of the bars on its way in.
22.
What, a 22 and a...
Oh, the 22. I missed the 22. I saw the 14. The 22 hits. Okay,
say,
are you just going to keep shooting at her until she dies?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so she's, screaming and cursing, and her sisters will gain vengeance, and she dies. And is very clearly a green and very clearly a green hag when she's done.
There's only one person that attacked her. So.
I'm going to retrieve my arrows and loot the body if anything that might still be there.
She has nothing of value on her. No.
Was like,
I figured.
Any vengeful spirits that might be wanting to hurt somebody for attacking this woman, he did it.
It was him.
Before he goes to try and loot the body, Keros will set it on fire so that any equipment that was on there, even if there was anything, there would be nothing left so that he can't loot it.
So there's nothing else for the old ladies to trace.
Probably a good idea.
More than anything, he doesn't want Vault to be able to loot the body. That's all.
Anyway, Vault was shooting a lot of arrows at the old lady. Are hacks that bad that we can't interrogate them or talk to them?
In the end, I think that was what we're gonna do either way. So I guess we probably could have asked her like how she got here, but she probably just twisted her tongue at us.
Fair enough.
All right, listening to this door. Anything beyond?
So at this point, it's about 1 a.m.
Let's see. It's been 13 hours, I think.
I think we're still good for a hot minute.
Then he just said we just have like a 20-hour limit, so we should be very good.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about like exhaustion and stuff.
I think that's why I slept on the way here.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so this double.
actually, it would be 5 hours.
Yeah. So the double doors ahead of you look very much like the double doors to the other direction.
All right, listening.
Let me double
hearing
check.
kobolds and stuff.
It is quiet.
A little bit too quiet. All right. Is this door able to be shifted?
Oh,
They always do
Okay,
these
so now
double doors.
the broad door before you is covered in the same slimy mud that rises up tentacles as you through this short hallway. So yes, in front of you is another 10 by 10 by 10 hallway, very similar to what you had before.
All right, scanning the floor for anything.
I'll
Give
just
me
watch through.
an investigation check.
Yeah.
Back up. You see a glyph on one side of the floor.
Yeah, Chili said that he just walked into the room
Yep.
before
No, he
made
said
his
he was looking.
investigation check.
I said I walked in.
Yeah,
And-
Chili
Chili walked
definitely
in
walked in.
and moved his token in there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So if the glyph was on that side, then it activates.
Yeah, I was. She was looking, and it was like, give me a second. And
And Bella's kind of really impatient of her adventures.
Let's see here.
So what glyph of warning did I activate?
Okay, 20-foot radius here, guys.
Yeah.
you couldn't have just waited.
Okay, so this is gonna get Volk, Lyra, Amilla, and Karos, but not Miyuki.
Oh, okay.
And not Azrael or Mephisto.
If
Oh,
only I'd
technically Amilla
you may as well
is
move up. You
here.
may as well move back there.
Bella was
okay.
here, so it
So
was
give me a
definitely
dex
her,
save. Everyone, those who are affected, give me a dex save, please.
If I only had one more level of rogue, I'd have evasion. No.
Lyra
I'm going to use
is
my Tides of Chaos.
okay.
Whatever's flying out of the way.
Okay, I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? I'm missing Amilla.
Should be.
I
Miller.
did roll a dex save.
Okay, what
It
did you
was
roll? I haven't
21.
seen it yet.
It was 21, and I guess he rolled 20 once again. Stole my rolls.
Okay, so each of you takes 11 acid damage as a sphere of acid cloud comes out.
Oh, does this dissipate after a second or two, or is this continuing?
It does dissipate. However, the glyph is still there.
Right.
I
Maybe,
move away.
check
from
the
glyph.
floors. Remember, we always check the floors and stuff.
Hmm.
All right. Any of you magic-y people, do you know how to disarm a magic glyph thing?
Unfortunately, I'm not getting that until next level.
So,
Could you use an Arcana check? I don't know.
can we walk around the glyph, or from what I tell when at the bed that it basically covers that whole most of the room?
It's a 10 by 10 room and a 20-foot radius on the cloud.
I mean,
It fills the whole room and oh, the trigger. Oh, give me another investigation check if you're really looking for that. Oh, actually, no, you don't. Actually, no, you don't need to do that on this one.
Yeah, I did a 17 before. Is there a way to walk
no, because you've
around
already identified that it's related to the glyph. I missed your question, Leo.
Is there a way to move around it?
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
what
trigger
Amelia was
stepping around?
That's what I was trying to ask, and we just move around the glyph.
Well, Lyra, you set it off without stepping on it.
Amilla set
Amilla
off.
okay, sorry. It was small. I didn't catch which token it was. Amilla set it off
Right.
without stepping on the glyph.
Okay, so it's a proximity thing.
Hmm.
We might just need to find a way around then, unless we can get that door open. Let's try this other one first. Since our magic-y people can't disarm it. Alright, perception at the door, listen for anything beyond. Man, if I had evasion, I'd do no damage from that.
Okay, it is quiet. You gonna open it? I don't think there's anything weird about this door.
Checking the door, the line of the door for any more of those acidity traps. Right, if there's nothing
Checking
there, then she'll
the door for
slightly cut open.
traps. La, 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 la. Okay, you don't find any traps on the door, so you're opening it?
Yep, sliding open, looking either way. Alright, checking the floor. Any more glyphs?
You see no glyphs?
Alright.
So here you see a hallway with stairs going up on either side. And then you see, you can kind of see that it does go up and then it turns a corner. And both of them turn the same direction.
I get the sense that this is looks like it might be a path upwards, like towards the surface.
Yes.
Alright, I think this is the exit.
So we probably didn't need to send those group of people for the tunnels then.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
So then, well, I guess
okay,
what you have to
so
do
how
is
do you get past a proximity glyph? Can we
Well-
chuck like a rock in there to see if that's... let's take a step back. Can we get some distance, chuck a rock in there and see if that sets it off?
Sure.
Funny thing is, being next to where the where that room is, that hag probably heard somebody using, being able to disarm the trap
Yes.
to be able to get in and out of that room. Too bad we can't
Yeah,
ask
but then
her.
she would have asked for our souls or our children's for the information, so...
Well,
Also true.
I have neither, so
Very... Right, does the rock set it off?
That is a really good question.
does it
It
prioritize
might
life
come down
form?
it might come down to set it off, run, open the door, move past it, and then just...
The rock does not trigger it.
If we chuck the body of the hag into, does that set it off?
Checking the body of the hag into it does set it off.
Alright.
Lair's
Can
gonna rush forward and see if she can't prop open this door.
I was gonna say, before you do that, can I just try to maze hand open the door?
She's already gone.
Yeah. Too late now. I was going to suggest that before we do that. I'll be proximity my thing.
Okay, so Lyra, give me a dex save with advantage.
Wait, didn't it get set off by the body? Isn't it like a recharge? Or just every single time anything goes near it sets it off?
Give me a dex save with advantage.
Ready. 18.
Okay, so you take 11 damage. And you're opening the door?
Yep.
Okay, so inside there, door opens into a cavernous cistern that likely held a vast quantity of water at one time, but most has drained away through a large hole that appears to have been melted into the far wall. Around the room, pale green steam wafts from 4 pitted iron cauldrons suspended over lit braziers. Steps lead down into dark, murky water, likely to the bottom, though it's difficult to tell precisely how deep the water is. Lumon,
Alright,
please
immediately
be
after
quiet.
she sees that there's steam and stuff, she's gonna immediately start to wrap some cloth around her mouth and nose to impede her breathing it in. Gosh, that She looks back and points towards the floor, just shrugs and moves far enough into the room so that she's not going to get by if it sets off again. Do we want her to just sort of see if she can't find the thing and come back?
Sure, you are a rogue, therefore you can do stealth well and pretty much avoid most troubles.
All right. Lara is going to look back and is going to thieves can't sign to Amilla and anybody else that can understand. Go forward, find box, return, stay.
All right. Well, I relay that to the rest of the party members that don't understand these can't.
Yeah, what
and-
did you say about the miller's daughter?
And then she's gonna say, if shout, come run.
All right. If she makes a loud noise, we go running, ain't like the nice and responsible people we are.
Remember that thieves' cant isn't sign language. You use normal conversation, but do it in a way that you each know what each other's talking about, which is
If
why
a
it
good
takes
rogue doesn't know how to
twice as
signal
long.
to the other rogues without speaking what they want, they're not very good rogue.
Well, it specifically says that it takes twice as long to speak in thieves' cant than it does normally.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen. I don't know. I've always seen people use many different forms of communication for thieves' cant. It's a writing language. It's a spoken language. It can be a less hand sign language.
Well, I think hand sign language wise, any language can be hand sign.
All right.
In any
Lara is
case,
going
communication
to
has or has not pursued. Okay, give me stealth.
Alrighty. Cloak of Elven Kind.
Did anyone search the bodies?
Yes.
Yeah, we searched them and we burned the hats by.
Right, but specifically
Alright.
the kobold guys.
Moving around
Yes, the kobolds were searched.
Yeah.
hall, giving
That's
it
where
a
you got the
wide
keys
berth.
to let the prisoners out.
Oh yes. I thought they were on the Berserkers. Sorry, I got that confused.
Why?
Alright,
They were
I'll move
prisoners
15
themselves.
feet at a time. Tell me if anything happens to impede her progress. She's gonna hug the wall over here.
Okay, you trip over something, and it is grumpy, and it moves, and it's like, roar!
Alright, they can see her still. So she is going to pull her blade.
And let's roll initiative.
Yeah, it's a good thing you all arranged. Half dragon troll, what the?
I heard nothing.
You
I
can
mean,
see
I
her, though.
see no. No, I can't.
Oh, is this beyond your line of sight?
It is beyond my line of sight, and that's
Oh, you
about
can't go there
much.
without. You're gonna set off the thing.
No. I
Alright.
was just seeing if it was.
It's okay. If
Roll
she gets
20
the
that was
sense
acting
that
up.
you can't see her, she's going to immediately start kiting the thing.
Yeah, it is very dim in there.
I'm sorry. I was just. You said we could see you, and I just wanted to see if roll 20 was acting up.
Okay.
All right. As long as nobody stands on this central part, I can get as close as I can. So nobody cross that, please. All right.
Lyra, you're
Lyra is
up.
going for this thing. She is going to, as it grippily gets up, she is going to spin on her heels and attack it. All right. We had an hour break before here and then. So stab, and offhand stab.
11.
Which hit? Does a 16 hit?
16 does hit, so we've got
All right.
3 hits there. One of them's a crit.
First one is going to be yeah, let's go for a menacing attack. She wants this thing to be scared of the wee green thing.
Regenerates.
So first one is going to get Superiority die and sneak attack damage for 17, 24, 36, 37.
Okay, it's mad.
All right. Then for the other damages, this one will not get sneak attack damage. It needs to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. What the hell is this thing that just woke me up?
It failed the saving throw, so it is it's frightened.
Frightened. And
It's
then,
not
she
used
just
to
goes-
being. It's not used to being munched right off the bat.
All right. And then the two other damage attacks for 9 and a 7.
Both miss. Oh no, that's damage. Sorry, 16.
Yeah, that's damage. All right. How's it looking?
It's looking like it took a beating.
All right. It's a little bit too early for her to be expending resources. This thing can't move closer to her willingly. So she's going to get some distance on it. She's swashbuckler, so it can't. So it doesn't get an op attack. She's going to avoid the pits, making sure she doesn't get anywhere near it, and is going to head back towards the door. She's waving and makes the hand sign for dragon thing.
Is there a hand sign for dragon thing? Okay.
I mean, there's a just
All right.
like
Then she turns on her
other thing.
heels and is just waiting for it. It should be afraid of her until the end of her next turn. So see what happens.
Okay, Volk, what are you making of this? Of what little you can see?
I'm just gonna move forward on it. Can I go here without triggering the trap?
You can try.
Maybe step a little bit away from it. We were able to stand here without issue.
Okay, you have not triggered the trap.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to. I can see him. I can see what he's shooting at, or what Lyra is screaming about now.
Yeah, it is. It
Hand
is
points
obscured. It is obscured with kind of a greenish sort of fog.
Okay. Bonus action Hunter's Mark, which now means it's no longer obscured. I can track it wherever it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's regular attacks for me. Double longbow.
I should have just stood next to it. Then it could have attacked me at disadvantage, and then I could have riposted it. Damn it.
How's that?
That'll do it. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but what if it hit you?
18, 18, 20,
Uh,
30.
Then it would hit me.
I'm very sad.
Did he die?
He never
Crisis
even
averted.
got its first turn. We didn't even get through one turn. We only got through a person and a half.
Lyra is the kind of rogue that can take care of herself.
You know,
So
I
I
don't.
need to-
This.
She gives the thumbs up. Thumbs up to Valk.
Yeah,
Right back
the
at you.
encounters. So the encounters you guys have hit so far, I don't think are scaled for tier 2. It's a tier
Alright.
2. I verified it, and you're only an average party,
Right.
so I don't know. Anyways,
Perception-wise, she's gonna keep an eye out for more of these things.
give me a con save, Lyra.
Does my face mask help any?
It does give you advantage.
All right.
You're fine.
All right. It's probably smells horrible in here. All right. Moving forward.
Very caustic, yes.
15 feet to here. I'm keeping a sharp out for more of these red dragon thingies.
Okay. I should toss a card.
Meanwhile,
Is there anything
Mel
about
saw
adding?
nothing. And she wasn't a range fire, so she wouldn't have been able to do anything that night.
What's
Oh,
this?
increases hit points to 94. I could have done that.
Got a crack here.
There is a curtain hanging there.
Looks like interesting geography. Is there anything between her and the cure?
You're going carefully? You can't tell.
Yes. Very carefully.
Okay. So go across.
All right. All right. Tip, 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 tip. Do you want me to reroll my stealth check?
No.
All right. Moving across.
Oh, actually, yes, because there's been a combat. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're fine.
30. All right. Tiptoeing up to it, peeking near,
I should have another
looking
half
in.
dragon troll. Okay, and
That
you see
looks
what you
like a
can see.
I see the edge
There-
and the tip of a mask that looks like a dragon cultist. All right. Does she hear or see anything else in that area?
It seems quiet. The cultist seems to be busy doing something with papers.
All right. Well, we all know what to do with dragon cultists.
Stab him to death?
Yep.
Assassinate.
Lyra is going to rush forward from her hidden, stealthy 30 position and is going to immediately rush into the room and stab him in the back.
Okay. By the way,
Alright.
now that you can see in there, there are some bars in front of that other person. There is a cage that other person is in.
Oh, this is a cage? Alright, so...
Yes. So, give me an attack.
Alright.
With
Alright. Yeah, I was 30 stealth. So, stab. 25 to hit.
And you
After-
stab it and it drops.
Aw, but I wanted to roll damage.
Go ahead, roll damage.
Alright, I guess I don't have to use a superiority die for this. I was gonna trip him up, we'll slam him to the floor, then stab him in the neck again, but he won't down hit.
You could do that, but he's just already dead.
Yeah, it would have been like a reflexive movement, so yeah, just in case he's alright.
Die, murder, die.
while this is going on, as Val saw the was it part of the previous battle, he's going to ready an attack just in case anything comes back into the field of view.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
And all the rest of you can too.
What the? Okay, actually, probably first thing.
Yeah.
Was he fondling with papers or something?
Had a few little papers that he was looking through. There's a table that has a flask of some sort of liquid on it. There's just a few. I mean, it looks. Oh, wait. Actually, this is where we are. There are also all sorts of piles of things. It looks like this is the start of the horde.
Oh, okay. So this is where this is the treasury area.
Yeah.
All right. What does she find? Is this person conscious? Are they breathing poison?
This person looks kind of out of it. I mean, the eyes are open, seems to be breathing, but
All right, they're dazed.
dazed.
Okay. Okay, so there was a flask. Anything interesting in the hoard, or is it just treasure? She's looking for that lockbox.
And you do find the lockbox in there. You also find a gaudily embroidered haversack with a few sets of equally gaudy clothes and a silver pin that resembles the Harper logo.
Ooh.
Wrapped carefully in the clothes is a book. Actually, a couple of books. Then there's a cleverly hidden pocket inside the haversack too that has another book tucked into it.
All right. Well, she knows her Harper contacts are going to love this, and she'll have a look at see them later. She'll toss everything that she can into her backpack, and then move over to this person here. Is there a key on this man?
There is
So
not.
there was bars.
There is not a key.
Fun.
So yeah, I mean, there's
fun.
coins, art objects, gems. There's some armor. There's a bunch of sort of stuff around here. But the one is the box.
Standard stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, she's looking for the cream. All right. She's gonna move over. Is there some kind of lock mechanism on these bars?
Yes, there is.
Alrighty.
Out of interest, would I be able to poof my imp to the other side of the trap?
Is there a range on that thing?
If
Well,
you
I can
can,
summon it within 30 feet of me.
yes, yeah, because you can see the other side of the trap. Yes.
So
And yeah, everyone
I
else,
can-
feel free to just sort of speak up with what you're doing while Lyra's doing this stuff.
I can walk up to here, poof my imp out of existence, and target a point over here that's 30 feet away,
Yep.
and then poof him back up.
Yep.
Well, Amela can't really do anything about the trap, and seeing as everyone's pretty close to where they would get damaged anyway, and she tried to go there by herself, so she's just going to guard the door or something.
What time is it? It's about 2
Alright,
a.m.
For
Lyra's gonna
medical
look for
services.
anything around her that looks like it could possibly be some kind of mechanism to turn off this glyph, like maybe some kind of switch or pull arm or something.
You're looking in the treasury room.
I'm thinking that if this guy is in here, he doesn't have to trigger the glyph every time he goes through. There must be some kind of on-off switch.
You do not see anything in here. Mephisto, what are
Alright.
you looking at? You're
I'm
seeing a
going to
person.
be
I don't know. Did you hear the
rifling-
description before?
Yeah, so I'm going to be rifling through the paperwork.
I've already threw that in in the bag.
Oh. Was anything useful?
I don't know yet. I'm in a poisoned room. I'll check it later.
That's true.
Oh.
Mephisto, make
Oh, wait.
a con save, please.
Is it against poison?
Acid.
Versus poison acid. He's
Con
chirping.
save, right?
Lose the tail, I can't reattach it.
I missed what he said. Okay, there we go. He's fine. I mean, the air is very caustic in there, but you're fine.
Right.
Alright,
Doesn't
is
matter.
a 27 enough to unlock this person's cage?
Yes.
Alright, are they able to be led? Are they just sort of
Oh.
like dazed?
By the way, you would have noticed the curtain was made of black dragon scales.
Ooh.
And the air within
Oh.
and the air within is not as acidic as the air out in the main chamber.
Alright. Lyra is going to motion this. Are they like you said they're like kind of dazed and confused, so they'll just like do whatever they're
So
told?
getting a close look at him, yeah, he's very bedraggled, acid scarred, and once you're close, you can tell he's kind of muttering.
Alright. She is going to speak to him in her best I am in charge voice and say that follow me and see if he resists.
He doesn't take any action. He does not seem to respond to you saying that.
Alright, I'll take his hand and start leading him forward. Does he resist?
He does not resist.
Alright, this curtain, can it be cut from its pole?
It can.
Alright, Lyra is going to drape it over herself and the person, and is going to walk them back to the entryway.
Okay.
I'm gonna land the imp on your shoulder.
Alright.
Say that again.
and when-
Say that again, Cold Fusion.
I'm landing the imp on Lyra's shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, Lyra is going to interpose the dragon skin between themselves and the glyph, so that it should take the acid splash.
I'm just gonna poof my imp out of existence, and then poof it back to me.
Okay.
Are they able to
How
get
does it move
past?
back?
You guys might. I don't want to.
Remember,
Yeah,
there's a
move
splash zone
back.
behind the door. It's like 20 feet from the glyph, and you're still in it, Ezra.
Say what?
You're in the splash zone.
Yeah, back up.
Right, but yeah,
The
so I need
first
to
few
back
rows
up.
are a splash zone.
1 second.
Yep, move back.
All right. Moving to here, taking with me with the curtain to protect us from the acid splash.
I'm gonna say a little bit gets in and around. The person
try
you're
to protect
the
him.
person you are pulling out gives a slight cry and does take a little bit of damage, but you make it through. That was a really
All
clever
right.
solution.
As long as they're, I mean, they probably used to that being in that room a lot. All right, Lyra is going to. You guys probably just watch like this like weirdly shaped figure of black scales just marching towards you. Occasionally, you hear Lyra swear from like the acid and stuff, and especially with the trap. And then as she steps over, she's going to flip it over and say, "All right, well that's exceptionally useful. I'm going to hold on to this."
Anyway, I will be giving medical aid to both the person that Lara took and Lara herself.
I do have a bit of burns.
And before you ask, I am using my healer's feat. I'm gonna just mark out some healer kit use. For Lyra, that is
Oh.
6 plus your level.
Plus my level.
Yes. Because
Oh.
it's adding the maximum number of your hit dice.
That was not which. I think I had like 40.
Then also the person and the Lyra. I don't know if she's a child or a dog. On the based on the what you were saying about her or him.
I think it's a him.
The person you're escorting out is male.
All right. Is it
All
child
right.
or adult?
An adult, very hard, given his very emaciated, scarred. He's been tortured with acid. There's no way you can tell age, but size and bone structure, probably an adult.
9 plus whatever is the maximum hit die of this guy is. Because I don't know what NPCs have for their hit die.
Okay, and so
you're healing them. It's
yeah,
probably like 10 healing anyway.
Yeah, I mean he's still weak and malnourished and dehydrated, and he continues to mutter.
All right, so let's hurry out. You did find the last box, right?
Yeah, you've got the book, the
All right.
box that came for, right?
Lyra is going to move over to one of the benches and is going to start laying out everything she found. What's our time window looking like?
It's about 2 a.m.
All right, we got plenty of time. All right, I found a lot of stuff really, and there's more in there as she talks about like treasure and stuff she found, but left in there for now. This I'm going to keep for myself, as she pats the black dragon skin. The rest of this is a bit more interesting, and she pulls out the probably keeps the Harper stuff a little bit to the side, since it is there was a handy haversack essentially, like a bag of holding.
It doesn't say it was a handy haversack, but it was a.
Oh, it's just a haversack?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there's no point. Everybody would be here to see it. She'll just lay out everything she found in there that she was able to carry. All the stuff you mentioned before.
Yeah, so you had the lockbox, coins, art objects, gems, some armor.
Yeah.
If you tell me what interests you, okay, so the armor is splint mail that looks in surprisingly good condition since it's been in an acid bath.
I don't really.
And while they're talking about that, I want to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
Any of our spellfling types, you do that thing where you wiggle your fingers and you know what something is?
No, I don't have it. But I would like to take a look at all the paperwork.
There is some magic on the armor that Lyra brought out. And you're going to ask me what sort, and I don't know what sort.
That sounds like
it's not. It's not one of the it's not any of the harmful schools of stuff. It's just. It's a buff.
We can figure that out later.
Probably abjuration, most likely.
No weapons. No anything like that.
It seemed like whatever the black one's sword or something. So I think what's back there is its lair. So this could possibly be a place to trap it. Did Lyra see anything in there that looked like another entrance?
Knowing what you know about the other cistern, the hole in the middle could be.
Okay, so Lyra's curious. She's gonna let them handle the paperwork since that's not forte anyway, and she's gonna take the curtain of black dragon skin and is gonna go check out closely.
Okay. And among the papers and stuff, there is an oiled leather packet that has a bunch of trade maps of the Moonsea region. Yeah, those are basically the interesting things. Lyra, take 11 points of acid damage.
the dragon skin doesn't help this time?
How closely did you wrap it around yourself? Yeah, you would have. You're not going to forget about
Gone
an
to, like,
acid trap.
three
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I love this thing. She looks down and she's gonna examine.
However,
the
do give
hole.
me a con save for the breathing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, still got the mask on.
You're fine.
What's the name of the books?
What's the what?
The title of the books.
The
You said
only
that
book there are two books inside the Harper's gear. So if you're digging into the Harper's pack, which is fine, there is one that is clearly a spell book. It looks like it belonged to someone named Ulyset Failgren. And the one in the cleverly hidden pocket in the haversack is a Harper code book.
Anyway, so
Got
kind
it.
the
Do we
book
have?
to
I know we have a couple of
Robert
Harpers. Do we have any faction members that are not Harpers here?
No, I don't have a faction.
Not besides anyone that isn't not a faction member at all. I don't think so.
I don't even know how you become a faction member. So
Yeah.
Safe haven background
Yeah,
or
you did choose it as part of your
speaker.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but so Miyuki would have a hand on that haversack. And yeah, you
And
guys
the
might look
code book.
through it, but you're not gonna do much with the contents of it with Miyuki glaring at you.
I mean, I will probably just hand the code book to Miyuki anyway. And part of the spell book, but I'm not sure because I don't remember if Miyuki's a wizard or something else.
She is a wizard.
Alright, then here's your spell book.
Yeah, take the spell book. As long as it's not a tome of leadership and influence, I don't care.
It's
And-
not a
and
tome of
also-
leadership and influence, no. Sorry.
I mean,
So, peering down this hole, do I see like water at the bottom or something?
Yeah, actually, I mean, because you've got water along the floor and all. I mean, it's only only been like a foot
Oh,
deep or
okay, so
whatever.
it's just
But so
built
yes,
this up.
that area is much deeper, and it looks like the pipes that you came down through in the other cistern, only larger.
Lyra is about to make a not super responsible decision.
The
Given
books,
that
why don't we
she's
just go back?
I want to kill a black dragon.
next
We're
time,
not gonna
come
get
on, let's go
paid.
return this. Let's go
Yeah,
return
we're
this.
not gonna get
Edmund
paid
can't
for it.
spend money.
Are you guys going to physically stop him?
help out. I would because we have a surveillant with us. Yeah, I'd rather not have someone else be
Yeah.
killed on my watch. If it means that I take acid damage.
I need to know where this goes out in so we can. All right. Lyra is going to. If they're going to make it their way towards the surface, Lyra's a bullet underwater with her dashing and action and then movements and then assuming a similar path to the surface, she should probably be able to make it up.
Yes, she does. And she comes out it's a larger opening than the others that you came down with, and it comes up in the swampy area within the ruins.
Okay, Lyra would ask for a stone and say, "I'm gonna find out where this comes out so we can set our trap."
Wait. I thought you already went through it.
That's what I'm saying. Is like in order to do that, she would need a flag.
No, no, she didn't. And because she didn't do that before she went, so she doesn't have it. But she's able to get through pretty easily at this point.
Okay.
I mean,
assume
it takes effort, but it's totally doable, especially where you went back and forth through the other one, and you've got your
All right,
goggles and
yeah, she'll do that, and once she's got her bearings on the surface, she'll wait for the others to find their way to the surface as well.
So
Well, we're
Lyra
gonna
went
take
through and didn't come back. What are the rest of you doing?
Valk is
No.
retreating with the lockbox that he was tasked to grab.
And where are you
Yeah.
going with
Through the
it?
double doors and
Keros also
retreating.
suggests that we all leave because we were paid to come and deal with the lockbox. If Lyra wants to go and fight a dragon, she can do it on her own.
Exactly.
Well-
So we know how to
well-
get back. We have rope. to help us get back. So let's just go back the same way that we came, right?
Yep.
Well, actually, there's a problem there. What about the civilian?
Well,
We
the other
already-
civilians
another
did it.
access.
We
There
already
is-
led the
guys,
other
there's a
civilians
door
out,
up.
so yeah, no
There's-
one cares. I don't want to risk it. We're
Yeah,
going back the same
well-
way.
Anyway,
yeah, the problem
now
is
And the door
Come
bangs
on.
open.
Vox already gone.
oh, goodbye, Vox. We will
Okay,
we will take the door
so
ourselves.
Amila, Miyuki, Karos, and Azrael. I believe all of you are still in the turn tracker. We'll just stick with that.
All
Oh
right.
my god.
2 trolls
Yeah.
have come into the room. They came down the stairs and into the room, and they're not happy because you're not supposed to be in here.
You guys got this.
This civilian's not gonna make it.
I mean, you could always just not let them hit him.
Okay, let's see. Lyra's not there. And Valk, you'd already gone through, so Valk's not there. Or Valk, have you made it through, or you're probably
don't
still in
think
the
you
other
have,
cistern
but-
with the box.
No. He's
I'm-
not even
yeah.
down the stairs yet.
Okay.
I made it through both double doors, but I have not made it into the water. that
Okay,
is
so I'll
the
leave you
Yeah, you
in
guys
the
are
tracker. And Miyuki, for your knowledge, you were still kind of halfway between the 2 doors. They came in through the double doors that were at the other end of the hall, so they are about, 30 and 40 feet from you, 2 trolls, and you are actually closest to them. Valk, it's your turn. You probably heard growling something coming into the room.
I have no fire, so
So, Valk, are you doing anything?
Oh, sorry. I would have heard the double doors bang open.
Yeah. Trolls are not quiet. You would have heard the 2 trolls coming into
Alright.
the bigger room.
I'm gonna drop the box, and then I have line of sight there. I'm just gonna go ahead, hunter's mark, double longbow.
why don't you just stow the box?
He's dropped the box. 6 seconds. Okay, hunter's mark on the nearest troll.
17, 18 with hunter's mark.
Both hit, so 12 and 11, 23. That's an angry troll. Anything else?
And that's my turn.
Karos.
Karos is gonna. You know what? That troll that's just got hit, he's gonna throw a fireball.
Ooh, nice.
Durfee firebolt.
Wow.
Firebolta.
That is very, very nice.
He
Yeah.
makes nice tingling.
We need to make sure you don't get annihilated by these things.
Well,
And that was fire.
my
Okay.
plan for that.
You guys are fine. You'll take down this first one before it even gets to attack.
And let's see, where did
And that'll end my turn.
you go? Oh, you moved back towards the shackles. Okay. Miyuki, you are standing about 10 feet from the shackles, about behind you, about 10 feet to the side of the civilian and Amila, about 30 feet from Valk and I've forgotten your name, Azrael, and about still 25 feet and 35 feet or so from the 2 trolls. The nearest troll is the one that has already been hurt. He's bloodied.
Don't really want to waste that. You know what? I'll move. I'll move up to it.
The injured one or the uninjured one?
The injured one. And do booming blade.
Are the trolls within 5 feet of each other?
They
By
are
their
actually,
tokens, yeah.
yes. Yes, they are.
Well, I was gonna do something else, but
9.
9 does not hit.
Oh, that made me sad.
Yeah, your booming blade's such a thing of beauty. And you whiffed
Don't
it.
get mad, get glad.
And then bonus action disengage, move back towards the party.
Is that doing by a bonus action?
No, it's not. It's a cast the spell action.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Just making sure.
Okay. Yeah, Rogue 2, you can do that. Okay. Amilla.
Well, Amelia's priority is protect the server, and obviously I am going to basically drag South support her towards Box. So that's going to be my whole turn. Just going there, and if I have half an hour, I will just bonus action dash.
You're not attacking?
Okay, so that'll get you guys about over here, yeah.
Guys, just kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also don't want civilian near asset trap.
It's a great idea. 2 trolls bust into the room. Leave the 2 spellcasters to deal with it.
Yeah, you're fine.
And that was a dash, so that brings us to Azrael.
How high is the ceiling?
Dash and dash.
20-foot ceiling.
20. Oh, but they're 10 feet.
And they have long arms.
Yeah, there's no way I can get out of range. But I'm still gonna try. I'm gonna fly to the ceiling. Imp is gonna fly over and apply the help action. I don't think he's got enough movement to get away. Then I'm going to attack this guy, shooting him twice with my Eldritch Blast. First one at advantage. Bonus action Hex. Transfer my Hex onto him. So 1, 2. Oh, that's a crit.
I'm still trying to get the hex up here. Okay. Oh my goodness.
33.
Thank you, Spartan. Okay, that thing is hanging on by a thread. Good lord, you've just sort of blasted out its chest.
No, that's not. Yeah, I've got nothing else. Nothing else I can do.
You guys are fine.
Yeah, but the trolls, they'll just heal it all off.
Well, that one
No,
won't.
just
It took fire damage.
the one that is damage took fire damage. He's not healing nothing. He was right full health.
Yep.
All right.
It's just burn.
So the injured troll with his chest blown out and all just, roars and strikes out at the imp.
He's gonna try and attack an invisible imp at disadvantage.
Is the imp still well, the imp can't still be invisible if he did the help action because the help is a distraction, which means he has to be able to see him.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't. Help. There's nothing that says that you have to be visible for help.
Wow.
Well, if
So
he's
tell me-
like touching it.
Tell me how he's helping without being visible.
So he's just gonna tap him on the shoulder and make the troll look around as if there's someone behind him. But of course, he can't see him.
Okay, I'll do it at disadvantage. So those two are 1 attack on 14.
So 19
Yeah,
hit.
And the second attack at 9. So does 14
9 will
14
miss.
does the 14 hit?
14 will hit. How much damage?
It'd be the 13 slashing.
Good.
Poof.
Is it magical?
No.
If it's not magical, I have resistance.
So you take half.
So I am.
So that'd be
Hooray for demon stuff.
It's a tough little imp. Yeah, I just took the full round attacks from a troll. That's decent. Does he maintain his invisibility after being hit?
Oh yeah, I need a concentration check. Yep, it's fine.
okay, so this one's charging forward. 10, 20, 30, and Miyuki is the one who's in the way. So the uninjured troll Miyuki comes charging up to you. And it bites at you.
Nom nom nom.
Oh, it's not disadvantage now. It's normal, so that's a 13. Does a 13
Nope.
hit?
No, you're looking for 17.
Okay, and the first claw misses. And the second claw misses.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yes, you're
Yep.
quite nimble there. Which brings us to Volk.
All right. So first things first. One longbow here. I'm gonna do this separately just in case he falls.
Okay. Definite possibility. That's a miss.
14 to hit. Oh. That was a 19 for 16.
That hits and takes him down.
And that is also the end of my turn.
Karos.
All right, Karis is going to move. He's going to move to there. Do we have AoE templates in here?
I didn't see them. I don't think so.
Okay, well, let's see.
I mean, you can just say it hits the thing and not anybody else.
Pretty easy to do.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Well, 15-foot cone.
It's dead.
No, because its turns come, so it will regenerate unless it takes fire damage.
Yeah, it's
So I
not
target both
dead.
of them with
This one looks pretty dead on
15-foot
my
cone
screen.
burn of hands.
No, we're talking about this one, the one that show live.
One-
Talking about how trolls work.
One troll
Yeah, but you're saying
is
just using
dead.
burning hands, just use it. You don't have to hit both.
Yes, I do.
Yes, he does. Yes, he
Trolls
does.
regenerate.
No, he's right. He's right.
Probably.
It'll come
But
back.
they dodge if they're
Yes.
unconscious.
If
They have
yeah, they
regeneration.
regenerate health
Yeah,
if they
Because he didn't have
if they don't take
fire
fire
on.
damage.
Yeah, he didn't have fire on this last turn. It was the turn before he had fire damage and couldn't regenerate. Okay, so yes, you can get a 15-foot cone easily to get both of those. So that'll take care of that one because it's fire damage.
Can't dodge if you're unconscious.
You cannot dodge
Yep.
if you're unconscious.
You can
The other one
dodge
takes
if you
half.
are caught.
You only take half, right? You still take half.
Yes, still
But
takes
it is
half.
fire damage.
Yes, it
Which
is.
is the important thing.
Anything else, Karos? Okay.
Just last 5 feet of movement away. And you know what? I'm gonna quicken spell a firebolt.
Okay. That's a hit.
It's 5 damage,
Right.
not 4. Yeah.
Right, as noted earlier. Okay, Miyuki, one troll is down, one troll is injured with fire right in your face that swiped at you but did not hit you last round.
There's no one else near him, is there?
No, everyone else has managed to stay at a distance. No sneak attack.
Let's go with Boom Blade.
That will hit.
Cool.
It's actually insane. It can't die unless it takes acid or fire damage.
I think
Yeah.
it's just really.
No, it's
You can take
acid or fire.
Unless it's
Yeah, it
down by
says-
if it's down by more than 10, because it can only regenerate 10 hit points. Okay, 16 points of damage. What else does your booming blade do?
So if it moves, it's then take an extra 2d8 points of damage, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage and move back.
That's interesting.
Say again what you said about under what conditions does it take the extra 2d8?
If it
moves.
moves, it'll take 2d8 from the damage.
If it moves. Okay, and you moved back,
Yep, because I disengage.
giving it good incentive to move. Ooh, I like it. Anything else, Miyuki?
That'll be turn.
Emila?
Well, I'm most incentive is to get sneak attack, so I'm going to just wait near Miyuki and Harold
I
and
love all this
have
range
a
stuff.
short sword with his neck ready to stab once he gets close enough.
Okay.
Hell action attack when he gets near.
Okay. Azrael.
Imp is gonna fly over, help action, then fly away. Unless he can see me, he can't take an off attack.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonus action move my hex onto him, and then shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts, first one at advantage. That's it.
Those will both hit. It's 15 and 14 is 29. This thing's looking pretty chewed up. Anything else, Azrael? Hello?
Hello?
Did I drop out or did you? I said, did anything
Hello?
else?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
hear
I
you.
can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I said enter. Yeah.
Okay. So the troll is going to come charging towards Miyuki. Give me the extra 2d8. Amila, do your stabby.
9.
15 hits.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Alright. Well, let me turn the sneak attack down.
This thing's barely holding on by a thread. It almost looks like a rat could bite its heel and knock it over.
Alright, so what does it actually do to us since its turn's not over?
Its turn's not over. It is going to bite at that gnat who just poked at it, i.e. Amila.
Yeah.
And that being a failure, it's going to whiff at you with its claws. That one will hit.
Ow.
And that one will hit.
Ow.
It's mad at you. You poked it.
Well, I basically did give it the of a bee sting to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that it's slashing you hasn't knocked it off. Bulk! And it topples over, and Karos, give me a deck save or it falls on you.
What about Mela?
No, it falls that way. It falls on Karos. You are pinned underneath a troll.
Oh, trying to help move the troll out.
Yeah, you guys can pull
strength.
Karos out from underneath the troll.
Alright, Valk's gonna move forward and light my tinder box on him just to set fire so he doesn't regain. Yada yada yada. And I'm also going to use cure wounds on what's her face? Amelia.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm also going to use second wind with that.
Okay, what time is it? It's still around 2 a.m. We're still doing
forget about the hunter's mark.
I was about to say, it's like, that's a lot of healing.
So,
Is he like a life arc or
11.
something?
Okay, you guys are going back out through the water up to the swamp?
Yep, and Valk is gonna remember to pick up the lockbox.
There's stairs, guys.
Yeah, I'm going for the stairs.
I'm going for the way I know there's no
There's
enemies.
also a heavy armor part of that loots and a chest full of gold and books and stuff. Don't take that to the water.
Yeah, that's not gonna work going through the water.
You aren't there,
I'm gonna
Lyra.
check
Go ahead, Amelia. You are there.
I'm the voice of reason.
Amelia, let me try. For 10 intelligence. Won't the bugs get waterlogged if we go through there?
And isn't the armor heavy?
Yeah, well, Mel will tell you that, yeah, armor coming through there wouldn't be good, considering she has literally just experienced that, wearing her medium armor through there. Anyway, I'm going to check out the other passage and see if there's any other dangers there, and see if we can go through there with everything intact and not possibly get yelled out by a merchant.
Okay, so you're heading. I'm not sure I parsed through that correctly.
I'm basically heading through the other entrance. As I'm going to stealth off and check and see if there's any more angry trolls guarding the way.
Okay, so as you go out the doors, you see the stairways going, going up to the left and right, and they kind of turn. Each of them turns just out of sight. And you are listening. Give me a. Oh, you're a Milla. You
Yeah,
don't
I
hear
have
any.
three
You don't hear any trolls. Which way are you going up the stairs?
Well, see, you said there was a left or right. Guess I was
Can't you?
busy
Can you
running the
not see
stealth
them?
room.
Oh, you can't see. You'd have to step through the doorways to see them. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I don't see anything despite going through there because it looks like the end of the map. So
Uh.
You pick one.
Wait. Do
I
you not
see.
have? You do have sight. Oh, let me get your goggles on.
There we go. I will move towards the left way from my direction and see what's down there. Stealthily, of course.
Okay. Stop. Let me get rid of these. Just like I'm adjusting map. Who's where? You went up. You went left that way. Turn. That brings you up here. Okay, I'm going to move you to the upstairs map.
Oh no.
How long have they been?
Oops. I'm not sure how to do that. I'm just going to move the players there. Nobody else will be able to see anything because nobody else has tokens on that. So everyone else is going to be dark for a minute on the other DDEX 1.12 map.
I'm gonna go have a cigarette while you guys are doing this. I've already swam to the top with the lockbox. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I would have followed you.
Oh, I hope you didn't have to roll anything for that.
Yeah, do we have to roll anything for that?
Nope.
No, because we
You,
left.
you'll
the
have
rope
help
there
as
to
long
guide-
as you've got help. And
Yeah.
if someone's helping you and stuff, you guys with the rope and all, you guys can manage it.
Just go with them. Apparently, it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
hope the
true.
box.
Okay, at the top of the stairs here, Amila, you see a tripwire.
All right. Can I disarm the tripwire with my thieves' tools?
You
Or try
absolutely
to, at least.
can. And following the wire, you see that it is attached to a pot of, well, something nasty. Probably acid.
I thought.
Depending on how
assume
closely you test
acid,
it.
considering that's.
The trap of choice.
So you want me to roll? I
No.
assume.
Oh, no. You don't need to roll.
Okay. Well.
You're going to be cautious.
So-
You're going to do it slowly enough. You're not going to end up with a pot of acid on you. So everyone else, are you going out the cistern with Falk, or are you following Amila, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna go out the
I've already followed Volk.
I think everybody else swam up.
Yeah.
Assuming they're not taking the civilian with them, which might be a bad thing.
Did you take
considering
this?
what you said?
Yeah, did you take the
We
civilian
had
with you?
Yeah,
You
we
can-
had three. We had three other people come with me. So one helped me carry the box up, and one helped the civilian up. So.
Yeah.
Is he going to have the wherewithal to hold his breath?
He's going to be coughing and spluttering, and you'll have to help get some water out of his lungs afterwards. But you can manage it, okay?
Yeah, I think we'll just go with them.
Okay.
Anyway,
And so you come out,
right.
and when you come out, you'll be able to see Lyra, and Lyra, you'll be able to see them. Well, actually,
Alright, so
it's dark, but it's not that far apart. The
All right.
imp will easily find you.
Anyway, meanwhile,
Okay, Amilla.
Amilla's eventually see.
Okay,
Suppose you kind of.
and you can kind of hear some shuffling and noises from, rooms further down. From rooms further down, but you don't, nothing heavy like the trolls, and you don't see anybody at the moment.
All right. I'm going to move closer in order to kind of see if I hear anything that sounds like.
Okay.
Well, I assume I know that draconic sounds like lizard hissing. Not that I understand it, but it
This
just
is
sounds like that.
not lizard hissing, no, but it sounds like what you heard with the kobolds downstairs.
I will probably go a different way then. Is there anything going down here and down here?
Nope, those rooms are empty.
Alright. I'm going to go back downstairs and see if the other way has the exit. I mean.
Okay, by the time you get down there, let me move you back to the other map. Okay, when you get back down there, the others are still working their way up, because you really have not been very long at all. And so, but they're working, at this point, they've mostly gotten up, they've probably gotten the box up, and they're in the process of helping the civilian get up.
So, in essence, everyone is basically gone from this room.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
go.
but you can easily follow them.
Apparently it's not gonna be an issue. Just make sure that the papers are like wrapped in like oilcloth and stuff so they don't get damaged.
Yeah. I don't have the papers, and they're already gone. So.
Yep.
Oh, it's too late. I just don't very listen to reason.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't
So we're all ready back up.
So it's in the
me using the rope.
Wee early morning before dawn. I'll move you guys back to the starting page just so you have something to look at. Yeah, so it's the wee early morning before dawn. You've all sort of gathered together. You're all kind of wet and coughing, and the civilian is acting. Yeah, he's been kind of muttering, but one of the things when he came out of the water and was kind of spluttering, it's already dead, already dead, already dead.
I got one there. Is it me, or do you feel like there were two
None of them have talked to him.
Weren't much traps there. I mean, of course, from what I heard from Lair, there was trouble.
And there was an acid bath. There was a guard. I don't really know what you're getting at.
Well, I know that dragons, from what I heard, are very protective of the horde. I think there'd be more traps.
Yeah, I think we got past a lot of that by swimming.
Let's get out of here.
Indeed.
So we're just going to leave the Black Dragon to just come here, find his horde was plundered, and wreak havoc on the swamp again?
Well, we don't have a particular choice about it. We're weakened, and we have a person to escort back.
Yeah.
So
if they
one
want to deal with the
person's
dragon,
life
they need
versus...
to hire some higher level adventurers.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? You standing around in the swamp?
Unless Mel wants to actually hurt this dragon, she's choosing the more safe and cautious approach. Didn't stay alive by making reckless choices.
I mean,
she really did want to use.
So
yeah.
Taking the boat.
All bluff and no chance.
You pretty easily make your way back to the camp of the lizard folk, and the other lizard folk and the other prisoners that you had released are there. I mean, night, so they're kind of camped. Everybody's kind of camped down and sleeping.
I wonder how long it's going to take for the black dragon to come here and destroy everything.
Oh, I'm going. Melo's
Don't
going to
worry.
tell them like straight out. You guys probably should like leave or go into hiding. That dragon might be a bit angry when he comes back.
Yeah, we'll report this once we get back to town, and I'm sure they will hire a new band of much more experienced adventurers to deal with it.
Cross tier 3.
I'm
So
emphatically
you wake
disagree.
some of the lizard folk and warn them.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're not assholes.
Okay, so Bugclaw, again, I have reason to thank you. It's an odd feeling.
Maybe over time you can get used to it. Because I doubt that will be them.
The next time you come, you needn't fear our claws. I make no
Right, it's a lot-
promises
There are a lot
after that.
bigger claws about.
We're taking your warning.
Fair enough.
And he and the shaman are working on getting the people up and starting to move them out to disperse.
Anyway, that's one problem solved. Now, let's hurry before Dragon comes back with advances and start destroying the swamp while we're still in it.
Yeah, we might. I don't even know what's in the box.
Do you want to find out?
No, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get it to the guy and
Yep.
get it off our hands.
Then stop talking about and let's get on with it.
So it's
Well, I would like to know what's in the box.
it's pre-dawn. The lizard folk are moving away. Are you taking the boats back up to the crossing inn?
Yeah, we're returning the lockbox.
Yeah.
Lyra's gonna
Also-
check what's inside.
So you're about dawn breaks as you're about halfway back to the crossing inn, and as you get up near, but you aren't back yet, you see a black shadow crossing overhead
I
from
make sure
Flan
the
toward
box
the
is
Twilight
as
Pit. It does not seem to react to you at all. And so you make it back to the crossing inn, and the proprietor there, nods at you respectfully despite the early morning hour and offers you some breakfast before you head back to Flan.
Hope you don't mind about yourself being wet.
What?
We're accustomed to all kinds of travelers in all kinds of weathers and conditions. Come on in and have some breakfast.
Sure.
Why not?
And after
Fucking
breakfast
needs
and a short rest, you retrieve the horses that are still waiting there for you and head back. And meet up with the dwarven merchant. Go ahead.
Lyra would like to check the box,
Okay.
just in case it's anything fishy. It was in the horde dragon, which means it could be there could be a lot of reasons why a dragon might covet.
It's a beautiful lockbox of a strange purple wood inlaid with platinum. The top of the box is decorated with a 6-inch wide gold coin stamped with a crossed axe, hammer, and forge tongs, which is the Merchant Guild emblem. It has no visible lock, hinges, or other hardware.
Oh, okay, so there is no lock to open. It is just like a sealed box.
It appears to
Probably
be a
magically locked.
sealed box.
Yeah.
Well, and you were told up
Oh,
front
okay.
that it was both magically and mundanely locked.
Okay, fair enough.
You don't
All
see
right, so
any
there's
way.
no
You don't see any way to
there's
get
no
it
way
without
check
destroying it.
So
Yeah.
it's no reason to worry about it. All right, never mind then.
I think the drug was stole that box just based on the box design. So gaudy from the description.
Yeah. The merchant seal definitely makes it seem a lot less potentially troublesome. So let's hurry back, give the box to the guy, and then cleanse our hands of this mess.
And the dwarven merchant Rolk is delighted when you came back. And did you have any trouble at all with the dragon?
Not dragon per
Unfortunately
se.
not.
Unfortunately.
Kobolds
Didn't wake
and
the dragon.
squirrels.
Your information was good.
Excellent, excellent, and thank you so much for this. And he gives you the agreed upon reward. Let's see
You
here.
mean our basically our pay per hour raises?
Salary.
Yep. Yep, it would have been a lot more, but
Yeah, I like this better still. Oh, it beats having literally all your coins turned to jar coins. Thanks.
that's true. That's true. Oops, optional level up. The gold point. Sorry, there was a copy paste error. The gold's 120 for tier 2 4 hours. And down, if you level up, you get the downtime of 20.
So,
They did have the armor that was retrieved from the Dragon's Horde is +1 splint armor. It does have some nice flavor text on it.
I think I will keep my nice breastplate dragon guard armor that's specifically made to help against dragon's breath.
When does tier 2 stuff start? Is that at level 12 or 11?
Oh, tier 3 starts at level 11.
And where is...
So thank you, peeps. I'm going to sign off there. If you enjoyed this, please do look down in the description below. There is a link to Extra Life fundraiser, which benefits the Children's Miracle Network of children's hospitals. And, you know, please do consider donating to either my fundraiser or any of the other fundraisers that are on the channel. And so thanks much, and I'll see you later. Bye, peeps.